What I'm sounding like.
I can't hear you, so that's a good thing.
Okay. Do I gotta send them the link again? You think?
Same link.
That was crazy. Oh, let me let Kurt know we back too. No, I probably already know. Let me see. Eli, how I sound now? I'm good now. We good now, Cal?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you good too. No, you don't hear no echo in the night? Noah can't hear us again. Yeah, she don't hear us again. Noah somewhere else. Where you at, Noah? Mm. All right, Cal, let's get to it though. Cause you was talking some good stuff.
I'm
But
telling you, man, like the dude, you just gotta look it up, bro. Like, I'm not saying Bitcoin ain't, Bitcoin and crypto ain't, where the future is headed, but I think that man gonna tank. I really believe. Once he hit his goal, bro, you gotta understand that's tax free money, man.
that's
Tax
why I
free,
got up
bro.
out of there. But I wish I would have known a day earlier.
Now that's true.
I probably could have made 100,000.
Yeah, they said they turned about what 300 people into millionaires overnight.
Man, come on,
Four
man.
400 and some change.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
461
Overnight.
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 12 hours.
Yeah, but they're still trying to get that legislation done for banks and everybody to start accepting crypto and Bitcoin like that. I mean, I don't know. I
But
ain't saying I'm old
that
school,
wasn't
but
nothing. That wasn't nothing but a meme coin anyway. I had to look that shit up because I ain't know what was
yeah,
going on. But I
because his
just
wife did one too.
yeah, I'm not even doing all that. I ain't not. I
I'm
ain't doing all that, man. Whatever.
telling you, bro. Like it's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. They took. I told you, you got to look it up. But it was this one dude. It was back early in the 2000s. He went to jail for that, man. He went to jail for drugs, but he had like $144,000 worth of Bitcoin. But he was a drug dealer. So a part of his going to jail, they sold his Bitcoin.
Who
The
stole it?
government did, or the police department or the judge,
That sound about
as
right.
a part
That's what
as
they
a
do.
part of his. Yeah. Now, if he had still had his Bitcoin, they said it would have been worth almost $50 billion right now.
That's what they do, bro.
So think about that, BJ. Do you really think they would allow somebody to be a billionaire when he get out of prison?
I mean, shit. If you if you get out of prison and still be a millionaire, you good. You
True.
billionaire, you talking about Pablo Escobar and them niggas, cartel level, bro. Come on. That's something different. You know what I mean? He should have had it in
Yeah,
somebody else's name. It shouldn't have been in his name.
In the first place.
yeah,
But
I
from
always
jump,
agree that
I'm not buying
from
nothing in my name. I sell
what
drugs. What I like
exactly.
buying some crypto, anything in my name.
Anything.
I'm not buying nothing in my name. I'm not even gonna be
Yeah,
attached to
no.
that.
Or do a power of attorney.
I'm not even doing that.
I'm saying
I'm gonna
if you stupid enough to have some in your name, at least do a power of attorney to get the shit in somebody else's name.
a power attorney ain't gonna help none. You're a drug dealer.
Oh yeah, that drugs. I don't know.
Yeah, that cancel anything out. I'm gonna give my moms the money, my BMs the money, my sister, my family. Boom, spread it out. Boom, boom, boom. Especially you talking about millionaire type nigga. I'm gonna spread that shit out. Boom, 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 boom. And y'all buy this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Cause
buy some
I don't
assets.
want them tied to me at all. And when he would have got out, he still would have had it because they would have been rich.
100%.
They would have been rich. What up, Noah? We good?
She said she can barely hear you.
It got to be on her end then, right?
What's going on tonight? It's weird. We never had audio issues.
But what you think about what else you say? You say you it's some things you ain't like. You know, me and you, we on the
I'm
same
telling you,
page.
man, Trump is out here being petty, man. Like, hey, man, I need you. You was already in office one time, and now you just being petty with some stuff. Now it's just like, oh, he want to do this, well, I'm gonna do this. Oh, he did that, I'm gonna do this. Come on, man, let's focus right now.
What you need him to
Let's,
focus on? I think he's doing
let's get
good.
some, let's get some stimmies rolling.
I think he's doing good. I don't think I ain't gonna say good because I see. Listen, you ain't gonna like 100% of what anybody gonna do in that seat. You know what I mean? Anybody gonna do
True.
period. But the main stuff, the main things that I was supporting him for. He kept his word too. That's all I could say. Everything else, they gonna play the game like you said, bro.
Yes.
Like you said, bro. Um, what you think about these bills though?
I like the one where it's only two genders. I'm a fan of that. Um, I think a lot of people getting that DEI stuff confused. Some of that stuff is, federal, and some of that stuff is not constitutional. So it don't really affect you getting a job. Like, I don't know where people got that from.
Why
People
do you think
read
it's not
people read
constitutional?
headlines. They reading headlines, bro.
It don't
Why do
change.
you
It
think
don't
it's not
say,
constitutional?
What you said, Noah?
huh?
Why do you think it's not constitutional? The DI laws.
What you mean?
Which part?
I thought you just said that some of these laws aren't you don't think they're constitutional. The
No, no,
DI.
no. I said one of the executive orders that people keep talking about when it pertains to that DEI.
Mhm.
It don't really. It's not going to affect you getting a job because you can't discriminate somebody constitutionally from getting a job.
Yeah, most of the executive orders about the environmental DEI programs that are just about like when there's a flood and more resources in a low income neighborhood, if it's from a marginalized community. Half of the executive about jobs or any of that about these programs, which I think is still up. I think these programs were good. Obviously, poor neighborhoods, more resources, the Palisades goes through a fire, more likely to be able to communities than like poor neighborhoods.
Nora, you in the back cave.
What?
You was coming through choppy.
It was breaking up a little bit.
Oh, really?
You good now?
Sound good, man.
You probably just gotta come closer.
I don't
I
know.
don't care nothing about that DEI stuff neither. I don't care nothing about that. Um, you got a lot of people mad that he did the what he did the reversal from the not affirmative action, but basically the discrimination stuff,
The equal rights
equal
opportunity.
rights, the
Yeah.
civil rights stuff. I don't care about none of that, man. I really don't. Really don't.
Did the legislation really change anything?
No,
Right. I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't find myself to care about it because it was too many black people doing good before the civil rights movement. Actually doing better.
I say the wealth gap
Doing better before the
increased.
civil rights movement than after.
right. I saw
It
a post. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, bro.
I saw a post the other day, and I was arguing with O about it because if you really sit back and think about it, it makes sense. Like the dude said, Martin Luther King really fucked us up.
Oh.
Him and Rosa Parks. He said instead of us
Hold on,
fighting,
Rosa Parks?
Listen, man, listen to this shit, bro. This nigga
Damn, I was
said,
with you with the Martin Luther King, but you.
listen,
All right, go
BJ.
ahead,
The
bro.
nigga
Damn.
said, he said, instead of us fighting so hard to ride on a bus with some people that don't like us, we should have just got our own bus.
They had their own bus line.
No, we had our own we had our own bus line. Do you know what happened? We
Right,
boycotted
whatever.
we boycotted the white people buses to sit in the front with the white people,
Right,
and
and
when
I'm
they
saying, yeah,
and when for a whole year, and when they allowed us to start sitting in the front with the white people,
The
the
bus
black bus
went
line
out of
went out of
business.
business.
right.
That's
And
what
I
we
was
did.
like, that's what
Wanted to
he
be
was
with the
saying. He
white
was
man so bad.
right.
Our
That's
own
what he
bus
was
lines
saying.
went out of business.
Yeah, that's what he
But
was saying. He was like, just think about that. So it makes sense. I mean, I
yo,
think,
yo, Calvin, my son just texted me said Rosa Parks is wild.
yeah, I'm telling you,
Eli
bro.
just
I was like,
Eli just texted me said Rosa Parks is wild.
I'm telling you, when the dude
Everybody
said
was
this
Yo,
shit,
quiet.
Eli, he said Rosa Parks too. But listen, I, the only reason why, yeah, it was a bad move, right? The only reason why I don't blame Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement is because they didn't know no better. We could look at them. We could look at their mistake and
And
be
learn
like,
from it.
"Oh, we shouldn't have done that because this what happened." They didn't know that was gonna happen. They thought they was actually doing the right thing, which really they was doing the right thing, but they didn't understand economics until it was too late. You know what I'm
right?
saying? They were so busy trying to be included in something and didn't realize economically it was gonna backfire on us. There wasn't
Yeah,
no blueprint before Martin Luther King. We
He
have a
realized
blueprint.
it.
The
He realized
blueprint.
it eventually. They don't play those speeches though.
He realized it immediately because his next speech was like, "I led my people into a burning building."
And that was his last speech.
That was
yeah,
his last speech. He's like, "Man, I feel like he was already, he was. I ain't gonna. I'm with you, Calvin, but I ain't gonna dog him out because he didn't have no blueprint. We got the blueprint. He's the blueprint for us. Nah, we don't. That didn't work. You know what I'm saying? We need to be out here getting our own. Um,
yeah. I'm not one for all the inclusion. Sometimes the inclusion hurts you more than it helps
no, it hurt us. It did big time. It hurt us. Um, we were thriving, man. We were thriving before we had the right to vote. While we talking all this Democrat, Republican, and voting and politics and all this, our people wasn't in politics. We had banks, hospitals, and everything, schools. We had everything we needed. We didn't even need to be in politics at all. we
you. Yeah,
didn't even have to. We didn't have to go that route. We didn't have to mess with them at all. You know what I'm saying? What Josh said?
They wanted to be included because it wasn't equal.
Yeah, that's emotional though. Emotionally, we wasn't equal. That's really
yeah,
all it was. Cause
yeah.
really,
BJ, right?
we don't have to go see. We don't have to go sit and eat at the restaurant with them. Same restaurant. We don't even like their food. We don't even like their food. Why are we doing all? Why are we getting dog sick on us and knocked upside our head to be in one of their restaurants? We just need to keep spending our money at the black restaurant
With us.
with us.
Yeah,
That's
that shit
it.
just be like,
That's just emotions. We was emotional. We still emotional. That was just
yeah, we
emotions, bro. Wanting to be equal, and we still nothing's gonna make us equal, bro. We gotta get our own.
hell no. I remember, I remember back in 2000. Let me see, no, yeah, it was 2002. I remember white people used to come into Best Buy, and I never knew about this shit. I didn't even know what it was. But BJ, you probably familiar with it. Will, you probably know too. It was called a legal CPN. It was basically like a whole new social. Now I know what it is now, but I didn't know what it was then. And that's what they used to buy shit. I'm talking about buy everything out the store, fund their whole business. Then when black people caught on to it, started sending their head to jail for it. It's like, keep on want to be included and stuff.
Yeah. Um. I mean, if you know you're breaking the law, just expect to go to jail, man.
Yeah, but did you know a legal CPN was breaking the law?
No, what? No, I didn't know.
Do you know what a CPN is?
Yeah, of course, but I don't
You know
know.
what it is now, though.
Yeah, but what do you mean? Because I know people
That's
that
a,
got caught and they didn't go to jail. They just told them, "Nah, get out of here." You
no,
feel
I'm
me?
saying, when did you learn about CPN?
I didn't know about it in 2002. I probably just learned about it when I came down south. When I came down south,
A few
actually,
years ago?
2000 no 2006.
Oh well, then you was during that era when it was probably on the downside.
Because the
But
people
I'm just,
that I was dealing with, was doing their thing.
you know what I'm saying, Will?
Mm-hmm.
So
Like that's
2002,
it.
I guess. I thought it was legal
Just
though.
think
I
about.
thought it was legal. You just had to go to the
Hell
proper.
no, ain't nothing.
If you go to you could so you can't go to the government and get a CPN.
Hell
You
no.
can't have more than one social.
Hell no.
No.
Oh,
If I bet you if Will knew about Will, when did you find out about a CPN?
So when I came to Atlanta, home of the scammers,
home of the scammers, baby.
I bet you
That's when I found out about it. Down
what I'm
south
saying,
with the
listen,
country
Will,
niggas.
if you had a new back then, like in the early 2000s,
mm-hmm.
you could have opened up a school with a CPN.
I would have been one of the ones in jail because I'd have went too
Yeah,
far.
because then they would have came back. Yeah, they would have came back and got you.
Yeah. And
You
then
went too
mind you,
far.
getting cars and jewelry, but when you start getting like building real like wealth, they're like, oh hell no,
Let's
get
ask
out.
the lawyer,
Right.
man. Noah, you know what you know about a CPN? If you know anything about a CPN.
Brianna said, hell no, it ain't legal.
I can't hear her.
No, we can't hear you. She must ain't got her laptop with her today. She ain't got her laptop with her today. What up, Zah? Zah, you doing this virtual stuff again, man?
I told you, brother, this is what you get. When I want to roll, you get the virtue, bro.
Yeah.
You can't get the real me.
This nigga
You got to
like,
get the imitation of my background and everything else, brother.
what was that
Can't get the
movie?
real me, Will. You feel me?
I feel you, bro.
You got
Invisible
to get the
Man.
virtual Vic. You got to get the
Was
virtual
that the
Vic,
name of
brother.
the movie? Invisible Man. This nigga like Invisible Man,
Hey,
man.
bro. That's the only way, man. I got to get with Will and try to change this joint up, man.
I got you.
Yo, Kurt, what's that in your background, Kurt?
That's an AKS.
What is it?
AKS.
I'm waiting on them white folk.
What? Yo, Will, edit that out, man. Yo, what? Yo, yo.
Hey,
Edit that. Yo, we live, Kurt.
okay, and I want them to hear. They got the Proud Boys down here, and they riding up and down the streets collecting up Mexicans.
Yeah, you
If
not
you look,
Mexican, man. Mind your business.
huh?
You not Mexican, man. Mind your business.
They locking up anybody that look like they Mexican.
You don't look Mexican, man. They know you ain't Mexican, Kurt.
Well, I'm gonna make
Kurt,
sure they don't
Kurt,
come and get me.
listen, Kurt. When they run your name,
Oh man,
when they run your name, man, Kurt, just
they
stay in
gonna
the
come to
house,
lock
man.
me up anyway.
Just stay in the house. Just get out their way, man. Let them do what they do, man.
That's where I'm at. I'm in my bunker downstairs in the basement with
There
my
you go.
American flag behind me.
With the American flag. And the AKS. With the American flag. And the AKS. Yo, man. My triple
I'm not
OG,
playing.
man.
Hey, you know how St. Louis is.
Yeah.
This is the wild, wild west here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care, and I don't either. So there we go.
Yeah, be careful out there, man.
What we had on
I don't go outside except to take my son to work, and I come back in. I come down in the basement.
Calvin, you joined us for this NFL talk? Or you
I
still
got a whole bunker down here.
You said that.
Huh?
What about the NFL?
I said that's what you joined us to talk about?
I don't know. BJ just told me to jump on.
Yeah, you know,
I
Calvin
don't be caring what
versatile.
the topic be.
No,
Oh, you already know Kansas City get ready to win that motherfucker for a three-peat.
I doubt it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going with the Bills. Who we got? Bills? Kurt, you
I
going
like
with
it.
Kansas City?
I'm going with the Bills over Kansas City, but Kansas City with that boy Mahomes, He is a different kind of player. He changed the whole game.
Zah, who you like? What's your parlay ticket looking like, Zah?
Man, shit. I turned over a new leaf this year, man. I don't know, man. You know, the Pittsburgh guys ain't doing too hot, man. So
Why are you going backwards to Pittsburgh? That's like Calvin going to the Raiders, man. What you
what
not
you mean,
doing?
Hold
nigga?
on, bro. Hold on.
Why we,
Nigga, I've been a
Hold on, bro.
Pittsburgh
doing
fan,
that?
nigga, since Franco Harris. Nigga, what you talking about?
why we even doing that? We talk. It's about Kansas City, the Commanders, the
No,
Bills,
listen,
Eagles.
and the Eagles.
listen to me, brother.
It looks like it's gonna be Kansas City and the Eagles.
I'm a
I
root for
doubt it.
I'm a backup Kansas City fan. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Redskins may shock the world.
I
The
doubt
way
it.
they beat,
I
the
wouldn't
way they
mind that.
beat Detroit, I wasn't expecting them to beat Detroit.
Nah, for
Why? When
sure.
Detroit had 13 players injured.
I mean, they just crushed Minnesota.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but Minnesota wasn't that good.
I guess the
Detroit,
game like that, right?
Minnesota had an easy season to start the season, but when they
but if
got
you look
into
at it, but if you look at it, Detroit was supposed to be in the Super Bowl last year.
yeah, with a healthy team,
Well, they
but
were supposed to be in
they had 13 injured players,
but
7 on defense.
but I'm saying last year in the first half they had 168 yards on the ground. They stopped running the ball. You
You
run the
talking about
ball and you
last
run
year
the
or this
clock.
year?
Huh?
We talking about this year, boss.
This year they got a lot of injured players, but they still was number
They
one.
weren't they weren't favored to win.
They was favored to win that game.
Yeah, but how many
Yeah.
points?
Shit, they had them what, about 8.5.
Come on, man. Again, think about this. A rookie quarterback with a whole bunch of young players, and you only favored to win by a touchdown.
Nah, that's I mean
They
that
they knew
that
they were hurt, man. They knew Detroit had 7 starters. 7 starters on defense were hurt.
man, Redskins gonna put up points on anybody. I don't care. Jalen Daniels gonna put
I
up
agree
points
with you.
on
I agree with you,
anybody
but he
out there.
won't
You
do it
can't.
again. He won't do it against the Eagles.
I
That'd be a good
disagree.
one though.
I do
Hey,
too.
I
I think,
disagree.
I think Philly gonna beat them though.
I mean,
BJ,
I hear you.
put a little pot up on this on your podcast. Put a little pot out there.
What
They
you
want to
need me
give
to?
away money. They gonna get some money.
What you need me to do?
Put a little pot out there. They want to make little wages at
How we gonna
Penny
do it?
get their cash
I'm with
out.
it,
I
man.
don't know how. And you the bookie. You and Will the bookies. Y'all get 10%.
I'm with it, Cal. Listen, man. I said I was with it 30 seconds ago. You even have to keep
You
going.
had to
I'm
convince
with
me,
it.
right?
I'm telling
Calvin,
you,
you about money,
I
man. I'm
still
with it.
say, I still say Kansas City is the favorite to win.
Buffalo and the Eagles.
I think it's gonna be Kansas City. I don't know what's gonna come out of that Washington game. That could
It
go
won't
either
be.
way.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. They do a lot of cheating for Kansas City. I don't see
That's
Kansas
that's
City losing, man.
that's hard to beat
I
them
think they gonna
boys.
get a and that's a high yellow boy, man. That's a high yellow boy, man. High yellow
No,
mixed boy,
no,
man.
they be whooping
Hey,
our ass fair and square. But if it came down to the come down there, I think the refs would step in. But
Yeah,
Ain't nothing
I'm
wrong with the
looking
light
past the
skin.
Bills. You never know, man. The Bills is grinding,
no, we
bro.
can hang with them.
Yeah, the
No, we
Bills
The
got a
can.
good
Bills is
team.
grinding, bro.
Anybody can beat Kansas City.
It's us.
The Bills will.
Yeah.
The
If
hmm
the
Bills
Bills
will. I
don't beat
like
them,
that.
they gonna win that championship for a three-peat.
If
y'all
anybody
seen it.
could beat the
Y'all
Bills
seen the
will.
y'all seen the the Super Bowl trophy.
Uh-uh. Let me see. Nah, what's up with
You
it?
seen it?
Normally when they show the colors of the Super Bowl trophy, 90% of the time it's the team that's gonna be in the Super Bowl or gonna win it. Do your history on that. The last 6 years, some dude I forgot his name though. I gotta holler at little Reggie Mills, but he been showing me. It's some joints called Patreon.
All right, so you talking about the letters that they use. They got it in what is that? Red and yellow,
That's a
orange.
that's it's always if you go back the last 7, 8, probably 10 years. But this one dude has been predicting it every year. But the colors that come out is what they're predicting who's going to
Right
be in the
there,
Super
Will,
Bowl.
to the left.
I'm trying to figure out
Right
how
there.
he do that. Did he do that when New England won them 4 in a row?
Can you put it up
I
on the
mean, them
screen?
five
I think so.
with the color the same.
I got to get my man involved with it. But yeah, it's a white dude,
New
man.
England didn't win 4 in a row.
He
Well, you know
No
what I'm
team.
saying.
Nah.
Like, I'm not saying they won 4 in a row, but I'm just saying like if you go out the color scheme, they was in the Super Bowl. What? They was in 5 Super Bowls straight.
he definitely
New
had.
England was in 5 Super Bowls straight.
I want to say he picked the last 7 Super Bowl predictions, maybe more. That's the color. You know what I'm saying? But this been put out like a minute ago. Those colors right there
Mm.
is the colors that they got. And you actually see some red skin. You see the Super Bowl is like a red skin color. But you
I ain't
can
gonna.
look in it, you can look in it deeper and you'll see a little green.
It's also Kansas City color, that red.
That's Kansas City.
Yeah, that's Kansas City. That's more Kansas City. Like, yo, who
But you
y'all?
know,
Who y'all? I've been arguing all week, man. Who y'all like better, Lamar or Vic?
Oh,
Lamar,
Lamar
Mm.
better. Lamar better than Vic
no,
because
Lamar better.
Lamar is a pocket passer, but he can run. Vic would just run. That motherfucker would run like he was running from the
Man,
police.
y'all need to go back
Nah.
and watch the Michael Vick games,
Yeah, I
bro.
like
Vic,
I
I
like I
I
seen,
like
mean,
Vic, man.
so
I seen
Michael
Vic,
Vick was the first one to do it. But
I
what
seen
makes
Vic throw the ball 60 yards
With
on
a,
one leg
with a flick of the
after
wrist.
he scrambled 20 yards backwards and frontwards and running out of bounds, threw the ball on one leg, 60 yards, touchdown against my Giants. That's when I know I said that nigga's the truth,
He
bro.
different.
60
but he
yards.
wasn't his accuracy rate wasn't real high though. He
I
could
don't
throw the
care. I
ball
don't care
along.
about the act. That was one of the points they brought up. I don't care about the accuracy because you know why? Them niggas was dropping them passes, talking about he throw the ball too hard.
Exactly.
Them niggas was dropping them passes, talking about he throw the ball too hard, man. Vic was the truth, man.
Yeah, the boy was bad.
And and if Vic had Derrick Henry, they'd have won.
Right.
I
Vic
think
was
if they
Vic
different.
got
turned him into a pocket passer and a runner if he had to, then he could have won because his legs is his asset.
The thing about it, Lamar, Vic, Vic a VA dude. So, I'm always messing with the brother. But Vic never win nothing. He never got close to winning nothing.
Lamar never won
what you
nothing.
mean he
He
never
he,
got close to
He got
winning?
he,
close with Atlanta and Philly.
he always been there.
Right.
Lamar always been in the talk of it every year.
Lamar got knocked out first round.
He
Wasn't it just
always
last
there
year
though.
or the year
He
before?
Hey,
always
but
there,
you
and
got to
he
give
never.
it. Lamar been the MVP the last 3 years in a row.
We not talking about teams though, because Lamar got a better team than Vic.
Yeah, he got a
I'm
better
just talking
team.
about individually quarterback. If y'all going with Lamar, I can't. That's what it
Look,
is.
He tough
well,
now.
I'm saying him
He
voted as the MVP of the league as a quarterback the last 3 years
That's
because
fine.
of his accomplishment as a quarterback, not as a team.
You right.
MVP,
Fact.
the MVP is not voted about team; it's about the individual player. That boy is bad.
I still got Vic over him.
Yeah, I like
Nah,
Vic.
I mean that's everybody's preference, but yeah, I think Lamar get him.
Yeah, Lamar's a little bit more athletic, and the reason why, like I said, is because Lamar will pass first. But if his receivers are covered, you ain't gonna catch him. He gone. He'll run. You know what I'm saying? But he's a pocket passer. That's what made him a little bit more athletic than Vic. Yeah, Vic can throw the ball from one end of the field to the next.
Lamar can do it too.
Man,
Yeah,
and you know what? You know when he really showed his passing skills when he got on Philly and he had that boy D Jack. When he got on Philly and had that boy D Jack,
Somebody to throw it to, actually.
fresh out of prison. Cause he had Roddy, but Roddy had dropped some balls too, man.
but
I was
see,
like,
also, I was in Atlanta when Vic was there, right? And like when they used to party down there in Buckhead and all of them places, They used to say, man, they go to block for Vic one way, and then look all of a sudden he's somewhere else. He running. You got to stay where your blockers are at. You know what I'm saying?
It's true too, man. Like I would have loved to see the years that he missed, what he would have done too, though. So we
Yeah,
gotta
that's the
Right.
we
I
gotta
forgot
equate that
about
in there
that,
too,
Zah.
though.
Yeah, he was in his
Yeah,
prime when he left. Bro.
Yeah, damn sure
yeah.
was.
He
Damn
lost
sure
They
it.
took
was.
they took him out the league right when he was peaking,
Right when he was peaking. Facts. That's a
and
fact
so
He
too.
had just figured it out.
Yep.
you know, you know, by the same token, Roethlisberger came down in Atlanta and raped them gals, and they acquitted him
Twice.
that same
My nigga
year.
got 2 rape charges.
Facts.
Yeah, but they left him in the league. Michael Vick was just what, fighting dog. The
That's the
fuck is
cra- the,
that?
cra- the crazy part about it. Roethlisberger was selling canines to the police when he came in town. He would always come in, not selling, but giving them to the police when he come in.
Yeah,
Roethlisberger was messing with dogs too, but he was giving it to whatever city he came in. Roethlisberger was giving up canine dogs. That's what
yeah.
he was
See,
doing too.
so in a sense, they blackballed Michael Vick just like they did Kaepernick, cause Kaepernick was bad. And right when he got ready to win Super Bowls and looked like he was starting to peak in his career, they got rid of him. They let that light skinned boy Mahomes get in. He throwing whoop de whoop three Stooges like passes and shit downfield for touchdowns. That's what makes him a different kind of. I seen him throw a pass 30 yards from a jump shot position, like he was shooting a jump shot with a basketball. Like, where they do that at?
Yeah, he the truth, man.
Mahomes was
I ain't taking nothing for him. He is. I ain't gonna take nothing. I'm picking Vic. I'll take Vic. I like Vic. Let me see. Noah,
you
with
buy
us?
it.
Noah, you can hear us, Noah? Noah.
Unmute.
You're not muted.
Noah having audio difficulties now too. You hear us? Nah, whatever you just did is you gotta turn that off. Where your laptop at? She can't hear us. Hey yo, what y'all let me see. What y'all think about all the black people, Nelly and Snoop and everybody, Soldier Boy, everybody getting backlash for performing for Trump?
I'm happy for everybody except Snoop. Because he was
Hello?
on their ass
Can
a
you
couple
hear me?
years ago about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you good now, Noah.
Oh, okay, I got it.
All
All right.
right, good. Well, I was just asking them what they think about Snoop and Nelly and Soldier Boy and everybody performing for Trump.
I don't care about nobody but Snoop because he talked a lot of shit.
Yeah, he was saying he was basically calling everybody a coon for shucking and jiving for him his first
A jugaboo.
his first time
Jigaboo.
around. Then here he go, jump right on the bandwagon.
I wonder how much he got paid.
That's some sucker shit.
Jigaboo. You saw that shit, Zah?
All them brothers that
Nah, I
jumped
ain't
on
see
that
it.
bandwagon was just chasing a bag. They was getting paid. That's all they wanted. I don't know if they support what.
Nelly didn't get paid. Nelly said he didn't get paid.
Oh well, see then he better not come back to St. Louis with
And I
that
think
shit. 'Cause
Soldier Boy said he ain't get paid neither.
I don't like that. Trump don't never pay no motherfucker. He will always
But
promise you
it
something.
ain't. But I rather people do something off the love or off the support than Kamala and them ain't paid Oprah and them. They still waiting on their money. Last time I checked, they was waiting on their money,
She owe Beyonce a couple dollars.
and they all did it for a check. Beyonce, all of them. These people ain't doing it for not Elon, not the comedians that came up there, not I don't, Snoop. Matter of fact, Snoop ain't get paid neither. He did it for the dude, one of them cryptocurrency dudes. I just read that. He got something going on with them. He might come out with his own coin.
Probably.
This still
Yeah,
for the money.
I didn't really.
All I'm saying, I really don't agree with them. Unless you supporting him, why is you performing for him?
They supporting him. They supported him. He supported Nelly said that. Let me read y'all something. Let me read y'all something Hitler said. Somebody sent it to me. Hitler said this, right? Hitler said, because the white Jews knows that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America secret, the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. The plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they are. The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. That's what Hitler said about the Jews. So, y'all think Hitler was right?
No, not at all. I don't
You
think
don't
he's right.
You don't think Hitler was right?
They had no
No.
truth
No,
to it at all.
because I think one, it rests on this weird glorification of the children of Israel, which that's not even a defined area. Like, I don't think he even knew what he was talking about. It's still a religious description of a land that makes no sense to anybody that isn't participating in that religion. Like, just geographically, it's not a thing, and it's also, I don't know. I don't think anybody's really, like, I agree
Well,
with the end part of it, but the foundation of it and the justification behind it, I think he was coming from the wrong place, but reached the right conclusion.
if you look at the true history of like Israel, the state of Israel, Netanyahu and his government are really the colonialized people that colonized every country on this planet. The British colonized like the Virgin Islands in America. Israel colonized Israel in the Gaza Strip because they are not the real Jews. They're the rubber stamp. Like Trump is not a true American in the sense that, like indigenous Americans was the so-called Indian, but they got colonized by another country, which was Britain, and Israel got colonized by, the European side, the other people. So they're not the true Israelites. If you go back in the history of man, they were not, the Palestinians were.
The Palestinians were what?
Well, that whole land was theirs. Israel took over that land.
Right, so whose land was it before the Palestinians?
That's the thing. How far back do you want to go? Like, if you go really, really far
I
back, it's
mean,
completely different societies. Like, before
Hitler
the
might
Persian
be going
Empire.
that far back.
I think he is, but he's referring to ancient Israel, and ancient Israel was just, yeah, it had a bunch of Jewish people, but it also had you're going so far back that Judaism then, like, it was a bunch of Jewish people with a bunch of Muslim people that had a different perception of what, like, you're talking before the Ottoman Empire, before the religious wars even started. They were just people that were part of these religions that eventually, like, ended up all being consumed into huge empires. So you can't say that the Israelites then, like, the concept of an Israelite today versus back then is completely different. Most Israelites are now, they joined, their families, their bloodlines joined empires like the Persian Empire, the Greek Empire. So they're not the same people. Like, right now, it's white people from Europe. That's what Israelites
That's
are.
exactly what Hitler's saying.
And that's what he's saying. He's
Yeah.
basically saying
That's exactly what Hitler is saying.
we
If
know
what
we the
he's saying
original
is true,
people.
what do we do with that information? How do we proceed once we know who we really are, who we truly are, or who we were meant to be?
Hitler also made the statement: if you tell a lie long enough, consistently enough, and loud enough, then the truth is no longer conceivable. See, the truth about the black people, we believe we nigger. Like, what's up, nigger? What's up, my nigger?
You feel me? Talk that
But that's
shit,
not
brother.
who.
Nah, that don't
That's
got
not
nothing.
who we
That
are.
one don't got nothing to do with the other. That don't got nothing to do with what Hitler talking
Yes,
about.
it does, because they told us a whole big lie about who we were or who we
It don't
are.
matter.
I got
It
what
don't
you're
matter.
saying.
It don't matter what they tell you. Do your own research.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
Hitler know the truth, and Hitler is saying what he's saying, then if you in America at 2025 and you're black and you don't know the truth, that's on you. You ignorant.
That's on you,
You the
because
fool.
you didn't do your
But
research to find out
But just because you're black and you calling saying "What's up, my nigga," whatever, that don't got nothing to do with you not knowing. That
I
don't got nothing
understand.
to do with that.
I understand what the brother's saying though. He's just saying it's the misnomer from, you know, what we've been told so long. It's the negligence, that the ignorance from the brothers. Like you said, that I understand what he's saying. Not that he actually saying that we niggas, but we're gonna believe what the European told us, and we just gonna stand on that. But the foundation of what I feel like what Hitler's saying is the truth, man. You know what I'm
But
It's,
saying?
it's still
I
based
think
on
so too.
supremacy. Its
Come closer,
underlying
come
foundation is
closer, Noah,
supremacy.
to the mic. Come closer to the
Oh,
mic.
can you hear me? I was saying it's still based on
Yeah.
supremacy. His underlying, like his underlying thesis is just based on the fact that if you were N-word of Israelites, that you would be considered of the Israelites, you would be considered more like better or superior to Africans of Africa. Like it really glorifies that region, the Israelites,
You
ancient
got
Israel, as being better or more supreme to other races and other countries
you
and other
got the
continents.
same thing, Nora, with Putin. I don't know if anybody's seen Putin. Um, when he said something about the black people, like the Pope, be worshiping, like he bowed down to the inside of the chambers, he's praying to a black Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like it's a whole lot of thing in that. We got a white man in Hitler telling you what the white man been doing to the black people. Why what he gain out of that? To just tell a lie. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So you,
And
you, you got to pay
that comes.
attention.
Go ahead, Zah.
Now go ahead, BJ.
I was gonna say that comes from a question that I saw. It said, "Is Jewish supremacy the greatest threat in the world?" And I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes,
Mm-hmm.
cause that's the only group of people that you can't even talk about.
Can't speak about.
Can't even talk about them.
Nope.
Jewish supremacy is a subset of white supremacy. Like I think white supremacy is the main issue, and that's just one of its most
So you
important
could.
forms because
I
of the
don't.
power that Jewish people have.
I don't agree with that, cause
You can say what you want.
you
to
can
say.
say
What?
what you want to say about any white person on this YouTube, and you'll still be here. You say
Facts.
something about you. You saw what they did. Kanye West got on the stage and said George Bush don't like black people, and nothing happened to him. Soon as he said something about some Jews, he was finished.
Lights out.
Lights out.
Finished. Kyrie
But that's
Kyrie
mandated by
posted a book.
America.
Huh?
I'm saying that's mandated, and the reason this is the way it is because of white Jewish people in America. This is not a global Jewish
Oh,
thing.
white Jewish people.
Yeah, only white people don't let
And
anybody.
that's the
Nobody's
same people
enforcing
Hitler
those
was
rules
talking
against.
about over
Yeah,
100 years ago.
Facts.
sure.
Exactly.
That's the same white people Hitler is talking about right there.
Them are the Sabonios.
It's sort of like he was ahead of his time.
Right.
It's damn near sort of like he was ahead of his time. Now I'm not saying what he did was right. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's damn near sort of like he was ahead of his time. And there's other things that he said, but I didn't write them down or whatever. But yeah, it seemed like he was ahead of his time, dog.
He knew what the Jews was doing. Like I said, I don't believe in the genocide and against a nationality.
Yeah,
A
we not
whole
agreeing
people.
with that.
You know what I'm saying? But like, his foundation of what he was going on with what drove him to do what he did. I think it was facts there though, because that's still being a part of what they're doing today. You understand what I'm saying? Not that you punish them and you try to kill them off the planet, but at the same time, you seen that same shit is still going on today. You know what I'm saying? Like these people are the most elite people, but they're in the background. You can't say nothing about them because they think they law. They think they are the ones.
And
The bankers.
and it's so crazy. They came in and took over everything.
Everything.
They in charge of everything. Music, politics,
Everything.
Banking.
Banking.
Yeah.
banking,
That's number one.
health.
Law.
And you know what else I noticed? Oh, I gotta find that. Damn, I was.
I keep going back to the colonists, those people that colonized the Americans, like the British, the white elite is what they consider themselves. You know, as she said, it's the white Jews is, and they were the colonial people that took over certain lands in certain eras of time. They not the original. You know, they not the like the true Americans that were born here. You know, their whole origin is from here. Is the indigenous Americans or the so-called Indians. And the reason they created this race code is the Indians were red, blacks, you know, the Africans were black, and they were white. Netanyahu them, they came in the picture during the time when, you know, they was colonizing all of the different countries. Netanyahu and what was that dude
Them
before?
niggas just came though. They just came. What 60 years ago? 80 years
No,
ago?
100 years ago.
it goes back further. It goes
100
back.
years ago. But if you talking, all right. So you going back and forth because when you talking about indigenous people, that you talking about the 1600s and all that, 1500. You talking
Right.
about Christopher Columbus and them.
If you go back into that time, those were the colonial people, those governments that are set up now. It's just like both the government in Africa when they had apartheid, you know, of course he was a white man over a black country. You know what I'm saying? The Americans had like the politicians like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and all of them who colonized America. And they gained their independence from Britain. Those are those European countries that took over these countries of color.
Yeah, Jordan was colonized by Britain, and
Yeah,
Syria
that's
and Lebanon were
that's
colonized
cool
by
and
France.
all, right? But right now, these Jews is top dog, man.
Yeah, the white Jews.
The Rothschilds, the Bilderbergers,
Facts.
these Jews are top dog, man. We could talk whatever, the Europeans or whatever. Man, they listening to what they telling them to do. They
Exactly.
falling in the line. And guess what? The only one who ain't listening to them like that is Trump.
No, Trump is eating all their bullshit. Jewish
So
power without
weird.
America is way
The
less.
person that
And
runs
Trump gave some
America
people
is gonna the person that runs America is gonna support whoever supports them, whoever gives them the money. That's about money. Trump is a German. Stone cold stomp down German, man. Don't get it twisted. But Trump
And
is
that's on
about
the
that. Trump
continent
is
of
about that
Africa,
bread.
on Europe.
Trump
That
is
he's
about
a
that bread.
European.
But Trump is a German. You think he
Trump
don't
is
know
a
his roots?
businessman about the money. He don't give a fuck. Why did he doesn't his hatred is mostly towards Arabs and Muslims. It's not towards Jewish. He doesn't have any he's never done anything against.
I can't agree with that when he was in Michigan and the Muslims embraced him and gave him
Getting
an award.
votes. What do
And
you
he
think
was
he
there
was doing?
speaking
Getting
to the
votes from
Muslims.
desperate people that's just crying about fucking Palestine. He was doing that and then turning around and taking 100 million from Israelis and pushing for he never was. A week later, he was talking about ending the Middle East or whatever the fuck he said. He don't give a fuck about none of that.
A week
What do you
later,
mean?
he said
literally
what?
He banned. Remember the Muslim ban in his presidency? He banned the Muslims from traveling to America from 18 Muslim majority countries.
Yeah, I kind of do remember that. So that
Yeah,
that
the
means,
Muslim ban was
but
crazy. Nobody ever.
so that means he hate Muslims.
Yeah, that's what it means. What do it mean when you don't want a religion in your country from traveling there?
I mean, if he didn't want them in the country, he would have found a way to get rid of all of them then, right? Get them
He
out the
can't
country.
though. That's the thing. Nobody has pushed the limits
He-
of the presidential
he put a-
powers
he
more
put
than
a-
Trump. He doesn't have that power. He's not meant to be a legislator. He's not meant to be writing laws. That's not what a president does. That's just what Trump does.
I mean, I ain't gonna. I mean, if you say he hate Muslims,
His ban on Muslims ain't no different than
I
his
don't think he really
immigration.
hate anybody. I really don't. I think
What?
I think he messed with whoever messed with him, and I think he about money and his people, his circle, his
Who's his
family,
people?
and then whoever's left, huh?
Who's his people? Oh, you talking about his family?
Yeah, his family and his people, his circle.
I thought
Just
white
like
people.
me, I don't give a damn about nobody else neither.
As
But
a
my
president,
family
you should. You're
and
not
my
president,
people.
BJ.
Huh?
As a president, you should. You're not president. You're a citizen. You can afford to not give a fuck about anybody but your circle. A president should give a fuck about everybody.
He's not
ruling just a circle.
Nah, that's just human nature, man. That's just human nature. I mean,
But
you-
we've
you-
evolved. We're not just
become
human nature.
you become a leader to secure your family and your close friends first. You become a leader for that. This man took a bullet in his face, man.
He didn't take no
This
bullet.
man
That was
almost died. This man
BJ,
almost died over this joint.
that wasn't
Come on,
real.
man.
That was a
Come on.
bad Trump
We gotta
production.
stop getting it misconstrued, man. Like in the end of the day, Biden don't give a goddamn about us, man. This is all about what you know what I'm saying. Like one thing about Trump gonna call it what it is, man. You know, a lot of people be faking. A lot of the presidencies, people get in there and fake, man. You know what I'm saying? Biden, all of them got in there and faked it. Trust me, they was for the white people. But they can't tell you that. They gotta say, "Oh, bless America," and every. Yeah, they gotta get on there and put a show on. It's an act show.
you don't think Trump fakes it?
You don't think Trump is for the white man?
What do you think?
I never said he wasn't, but it's the point of coming in and making something happen for the whole. That's
What do you
that's
think
why I'm on board with him because I feel like he gonna make something happen for the whole. It ain't
for the
about
what?
one, but I know
Come closer, Zah. Come closer so they can hear you.
I know a white man is gonna do things for his people, right? I'm gonna do things for my people, just like BJ said. I'm gonna do shit for my family and my people.
That's a
It's
fact.
just what it is. Like we gotta stop getting it misconstrued. Like
That's a fact.
a white
Then
man
why
can
would
come
any
in
black man vote for Trump?
it's like a white man is gonna come in and worship black people and just do everything for black people. Let's cut it out. Let's keep it a buck, like all the way around the board. It's not happening.
Well, that's
So
exactly what Trump is doing.
so to answer Noah's question, why would a black man vote for Trump? It would be a black man that's not in support of these transgenders and these homosexual
Your hatred of transgender
agendas.
people is more than your love for black people.
But
Like,
hold on. Let me. I gotta finish. You
All right,
gotta
I'm
let me
sorry.
answer.
Finish.
It's the transgender stuff, the homosexual stuff, going the agenda against these kids. It's the two gender thing. It's the illegal immigrants. You flooded the country was flooded with 20 million illegal immigrants that's getting food stamps and debit cards and all this other stuff. It's a lot of people that was put before black people in the last administration. So now we getting rid of these people, and now y'all act like because you don't like this person, you're not supposed to sit down and talk to this person and see what you could figure out. Enemies talk to each other. The people that run countries that go to war with each other, guess what? They sit down and talk to each other. Right before they go to war or after they go
But,
to war or
but,
during war. They will
but
sit down
Trump,
face to face and talk to each other.
Trump
Y'all don't want to
Republican
talk to the
Party.
president of the, hold on, Kurt. Y'all don't want to talk to the president of the country you live in?
I'd love to talk to
That
him.
don't make no sense to me, whether you white or black. I don't care about color. I don't care about black. I don't care about none of that. And all black people ain't my people. Let's get that straight too. All black people ain't my people. Well, you know I say that shit all the
You've
time.
been saying that.
All black people ain't my people. My people is the people I speak to that at all the time that know what's going on with me. I know what's going on with them, and they in my circle, and I'm in their circle. Those my people. All black people ain't my people.
BJ, I was just saying that if we're accepting the premise that we can vote for a president who we know his main intention is to ensure the well-being of his people, and we're following the assumption that most likely a black president, his people will involve more black people than a white president. I just don't see how any of these things, like you're saying, kicking immigrants out and removing transgender issue from the table, that's still not really going to serve your people, no matter how limited that circle is. Like,
Because you keep saying my people. When I'm talking about the homosexual agenda for these kids, I have kids. I have children. So then that affect my children. Forget my people.
yeah,
You know
I
what
guess
I'm
it
saying?
just depends
I'm
on
not
which
with
issues you
that.
prioritize.
The boys playing in girl sports and all that. I don't want my daughters having to deal with that. Forget that. The whole bathroom thing, you go to whatever bathroom you identify as. I don't want my girls in a bathroom and some boy come in there or a man come in there because they identify as a girl or a woman. I don't want my children going through that.
But it doesn't even matter because ultimately these are laws.
definitely
The
matters.
president,
It
the,
definitely
let me
matters.
explain to you why it doesn't matter. Because the president is going to be president for 4 years at most, and he can never run again, right? And if we're doing all this legislation through executive orders, then the next president could just write a piece of paper and change that. This is
Okay,
not how
then we'll have to
this is
deal
how
with
you
that
work on the law.
when we cross that bridge. We'll have to deal with that when we cross that bridge. But for these
Facts.
next four years,
But I'm just saying he's not causing any real impact. It's just plasters that can get removed by the
well,
next president. That's why
none
America's
of
not
them
going
do.
nowhere. 'Cause each
None of them
president
do.
keeps canceling
We just did 4 years through the Biden administration, and they did a whole bunch of bullshit that
Right.
y'all tend to forget about or just don't even care about.
That's one
They
of our
did nothing
topics.
but
Tonight,
bullshit.
How do y'all rate their
Yeah.
Nothing but
time in
bullshit.
office?
And
What
then
what they did?
it-
What's the bullshit?
And then the 8 years before that, we had a black president that didn't do nothing for black people. So
put
why
his
we?
hand on the
So now
Bible.
y'all want to blame the white man?
Yeah,
We had a
that-
black president.
that
What
put
he
his hand on the
did? What
Bible.
he did?
He put his hand on the Bible and got inaugurated and legalized gay marriage. That's the worst president ever in life to me. You put your hand on the Bible, in the Bible that you believe in, it says in Sodom and Gomorrah what he done to them. So how you gonna legalize gay marriage? What sense that make though, Nora? For you to come in and legalize a man getting married to a man, going totally against what you put your hand on the Bible and sworn into. So what good did he do? Cause that trumps everything he did.
That's a fact.
BJ, what sucked so bad about the Biden presidency? What's the reason you're giving it?
You said Biden?
Yeah.
The letting all these illegal immigrants in for one, and giving them debit cards and food stamps and health,
Healthcare, yeah,
health,
all that.
Medicaid.
Right.
What else? he
Wasn't
did?
this country built off of immigration?
The transgender stuff. What else he did? He did a whole bunch of shit. Every you lived here. You didn't see what he was doing? They was destroying
know.
this country. Literally.
Obviously, I know
The
you're
billions,
being-
hold on, the hundreds of billions of dollars that he sent to Israel. I was
Yeah,
against
of course.
that.
Every president was sending that for the last 20 years. I can't
We
even
talking.
blame
You
anybody
asked me
about
about Biden. I'm telling you about
Yeah.
Biden. See, you go see how
I
y'all
know. I'm
go
just
back
saying
to every
this is
president
not
on
uniquely
Trump.
horrible. This is not
Biden
uniquely
sent
horrible.
about 800 billion in the last 2 years to Israel.
Yes, of course, that's the horrible. And I'm just saying it's not a uniquely horrible thing about Biden's presidency. It's a uniquely horrible thing about America. But I think he did some good things as well. Like I don't think it was a complete crapshoot of a presidency. I think there's been worse presidencies.
What good things you think he did?
He withdrew from Afghanistan. That's
For
an
what?
important decision. Leaving Afghanistan. That was an
Leaving-
important decision. That was a valid exercise of a president's power that's not going to get canceled by the next presidency because once you make a decision like that, it's not what it was impactful. What's the other shit he did? The climate change shit. He rejoined the Paris Agreement that Trump didn't give two shits about because climate change costs money.
I mean, if you feel like listen, man. If you
He
feel
wasn't
like-
great, but I feel like you're just focusing on immigration a lot, and you focus on immigration, transgender, and abortion a lot. But there's other important issues that
Like what?
Biden was
What's
doing.
important? Name one. What's important to me?
Withdrawing from Afghanistan, national security.
That's
is
not important to me. That's important to you. That ain't important to me.
But it is important because ultimately the money that was being poured into Afghanistan is money that could be used. The vast majority of the budget of the U.S. budget is spent on foreign wars. You talk
Probably
about
not.
you want money to.
You
You talk about the amount of money they're giving
Yeah,
immigrants.
I doubt
Compare
it.
the amount of money that they gave immigrants for their Medicaid and all that bullshit.
Okay.
Compare the amount of money given to them versus the amount of money spent in Afghanistan, and you're gonna see it's a staggering difference.
So he
That's
brought
the money
them.
that could be
He
used
brought
for
them
black
from.
people.
He brought them out of Afghanistan just to
Yeah.
give Israel $800 billion in aid.
He
or
didn't do
800
nothing new to that. That's literally 100%.
It's the same administration.
Every single presidency, Republican, Democrat, no matter what it is, over 100 billion to Israel per year. It's been happening for 20 years. Obviously, it's horrible, but it's not like.
This is sound like this. Let me say one thing, BJ.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't understand politics. When you talk about Afghanistan and Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, that treaty was already signed in the administration before. Trump had already had agreed with the Taliban to pull out.
Facts.
Trump had talked a lot of bullshit about that. Trump is a movie star. You heard the bullshit he talked about Afghanistan. Talk about I told Abdul that I know where he lives at. He's talking about the head of the Qaeda. He's always talking like it's a movie, like it's not real. What evidence have we seen that he actually did shit to negotiate with the Taliban?
We can talk about bad. We can talk about bad in every administration.
Yeah.
Because for the life of me, just like you don't agree with the Biden's policy about the transgender. Okay, we can agree that that's bad, but we also can agree that even though these people are leaving a war-torn country and trying to get to America, how do you square Trump taking children from their parents at 2 and 3 months old and leaving them on the ground to be watched by 2 or 3 year olds? See, he separated them children from them families. They can never reunite them because a 2 month old baby 2 years later can't tell you who their parent is, can't tell you how to get back. You take children away from their parents, talking about you got to immigrate. Well, they shouldn't have came here. Well, it's million over the centuries. This country was built off of immigrants. But see, he's talking about immigration to those same people that serve him on his golf course, the same people that pick their agriculture for him. See, those are the jobs that he wants, the so-called black man to take. You know what I'm saying? But if you
Hey,
deport a
we
million
we go
agricultural
ahead.
workers, the food chain is going to crumble because ain't going to be nobody to work them fields.
What fields you talking about, man?
Where you grow your corn, where you grow your tomato, the farms.
Man, they got machines for that, man. Y'all stop acting like we going back into slavery,
25,
bro.
man. This
They
is
got
25.
self-automated machines that work them
Yeah,
fields. I
man.
drive past them up and down 75 South and all that going to Florida, man. Stop it.
Yeah, man.
Ain't near person out there in them cotton fields in South Georgia.
100%.
Not near person. Stop it,
Most
man.
of the agricultural is done by immigration workers.
Man, I don't care about none of that, man. I don't care about none of that. Come in the right way then. Come in the way the correct people that staying here came in. Come in
We
that
didn't
way.
come in the right. Hey, but we
That's a
didn't
slap
come
to
in.
their face. That's a
He's
slap in their
Trump is
face.
always kicking immigrants out and making it harder for anybody to come in. He's removing birthright citizenship.
Man,
Even
it's too
the
many people
passport
over here
renewal site
anyway.
is down. It's a billion things he's doing to stop people from
I
coming in.
disagree. I
So he doesn't
disagree,
want foreigners.
Caesar. I really do disagree with you because see, he's not having that same immigration problem of those European countries. His wife is an immigrant, and I guarantee if
She's
you look at the
legal.
record,
She's a
he
legal
pays
immigrant.
legals under under Donald Trump's Supreme Court.
I mean, you got all the
Come on,
military guys
man.
that you got all the military guys, man, that went and got them a Filipino woman and married them and brought them over to America.
That's a fact.
So
That's a
that's the way
fact.
you do
Speak
it.
up, Zod. Speak up.
That's the way you do it. You
You
go over
sound
there,
good now.
you go over there, you marry them. You know what I mean? You grab them, you get on the phone, and you go get them. You know what I'm saying?
It's
That's how.
plenty of them.
There's plenty
It's
of them.
plenty of them.
Yeah, you
But
legally,
his
right?
whole immigration policy is those children that were born here or people, some of the people that are American citizens that was born on this land, according to the Constitution, if you was born here, you are a legalized citizen, whether you came in illegal or not. And that's in the Constitution. But he's talking about sending true Americans, people that are American citizens, to Mexico because their parents are illegal.
Yeah, I
That
don't care
can't
about
happen.
that neither.
But that still can't happen.
Then
They get
they
told
can do
about.
that to us because I know my people, the so-called black man, they came over here illegal in the bottom of them boats.
Man, we been here, man. Don't let them tell you that bullshit, man. We been here. We been everywhere. You go
Yeah,
Yeah,
around
they
the
were
world.
called
We
they
we
were
been here.
called Indians.
Listen,
They were
listen,
called
listen.
In
Indians
America, but
They
yeah.
they
It was called
they ain't
Moors.
been do it. They ain't been
and
do it.
more.
And one thing about it, you Negroes been talking about going back to Africa and all that for the
Go
past
ahead.
100 years. Go.
Go ahead.
What
Yeah,
they
go
waiting
They
back
on?
What
weren't
to
y'all
talking
waiting
about
on?
going back physically. They talking about going back in your thoughts.
No, they was
You
talking
know,
about going back. You can't send your soul back to Africa. They was talking about
no,
physically.
you can send your heritage back there. That's where you from. That's
Man,
your origin.
you don't even know what country in Africa you from.
I know I'm from America. I'm gonna have
Okay.
half American Indian,
Okay.
Oh my
and I
God.
got documentations of that. My
Okay.
father's mother was a Blackfoot, and I
Okay.
got pictures of it. But see, they won't recognize that because half of my people came in them slave boats through Mississippi. You know,
So
so
why you worried about the Mexicans?
I'm talking about people of color, not just Mexicans.
What
It's
you did?
all countries of color except the European countries. Well, if you're gonna go according to immigration, let's get all of them, even the Europeans that got those high-paying jobs, the Jewish.
You just talking now.
Trump is changing what it means to be a legal immigrant, and that's what we're not focusing
What
on,
did?
DJ. You
Oh,
keep
what
talking
did
about
Josh? I
legal
didn't see what
immigrants
Josh
are
said.
fine. It's changing. Like people that used to be legal are about to not be legal anymore because Trump keeps making that definition narrower.
I'm saying if you're gonna aim a policy at somebody, I used to argue with this about on my job. If you're gonna hold my hands to the fire, then everybody's hands should be held to the fire. You can't just say, well, people that's Mexican should go back to their country. What about the people that came to up in New York, the white ones that was in jail and came to this country and became the mob, the Sicilians, and all of them? They came over here illegally, stowed away.
It's
So,
also
you know, his
You still
policy
talking
is,
about everybody else though. You still
but
talking
it's
about
a
everybody
racial
else.
bait. It's a racial bait. I'm saying if he's attacking race, then it of course makes him a racist. When policy, if you're going to do policy and try to say, well, it's about they taking our jobs or whatever, let's look at all of the immigration that's taking our jobs, which affects us directly. And it ain't just the Mexicans that's doing that.
I didn't say nothing about no Mexicans taking our job. I just said I don't care about them deporting immigrants. I don't care. I don't care about that. Let's take a question from the thing. What Josh said?
Josh said, "Why are they wasting money trying to go to Mars? Watch that be the breakup of Trump and Elon."
Who wasting money? What? They ain't wasting no money. One thing about it, they know something. They know something. And they said Mars have water and Mars have everything
No,
that
got
Earth
nothing.
has. Right? Then they say Mars is like a livable planet. So that's why they
Okay,
gonna leave us down
Mars
here.
is not livable.
They gonna leave us
let me
down
ask you this
here.
question. Let me ask you this question. Can we talk about Biden's bad policy? Who believe in climate change in this panel? Who believes in climate change? I know I do.
Just you and Noah. Believing it how? What you
What
mean
do you mean
believe in
believe?
climate
You've
change?
seen it.
How
Why
you
is why
see
shit
it? You see
melting?
it in these hurricanes. Y'all got
Forests is
snow
burning.
down there. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? You got these fires
Why didn't you get your car?
you know there is something that the world, and it's just not America. It's all countries. They need to cut back on their emissions or whatever it is turn the ozone because look, they had two
Hey
hurricanes
yo,
in Miami, in Florida in what 2 weeks?
guess what? I don't care about
Okay,
nothing I can't do nothing about. What you gonna do about climate change? What?
okay. What
What
they
y'all,
did.
what you and Noah gonna do
What
about
do you mean
climate
what you're
change?
gonna do? You can say that about
Let me
every
finish
issue.
what
You
I'm
can say
trying
that
to
about every issue
say,
in the
though.
world.
If you hear what I'm trying to
No,
say,
what you got a
What you
point,
gonna do
Noah.
about immigrants? Hold
You
their
all
hand and
right,
take them to the station? That's
you
what
got
you're
a
gonna
point,
do?
but I don't it don't affect me, babe.
But we can't, like, this is not how the world works. A lot of shit doesn't affect me. Like, anything about black people doesn't affect me. I'm not black, but that doesn't mean that I don't give a fuck about it.
You
I
don't
don't
have
understand this
to.
mentality. But
You
I'm
don't
saying it's
have
just
to.
odd that you think even the president can just be like, oh, I'm white. I don't gotta give a fuck about Mexicans.
Nah,
I don't
that's
gotta
real
give a fuck
shit,
about
Zai.
black people. That's
Right
not
or
how life
wrong.
works.
She's
Real
That's
not
not how
shit,
life
man.
obligated to care about the black struggle.
Straight
That
up.
ain't just
It's not
struggle.
about no
I'm not
obligation.
obligated to care about the Palestinian struggle. I'm not obligated to care about that. I just
But
told you I don't care about all black people. I don't care about all black people. Why would I be
But at
worried
the end
about
of the
anything
day,
else?
personally, you can care and not care about this or that. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, I don't know when it's like when I'm voting for somebody. If somebody said he's gonna kill everybody in a wheelchair, I'm not in a wheelchair. I don't know nobody in a wheelchair, but I still don't want him to be president because he wants to kill everybody in a wheelchair.
That's
Like,
that's something totally
no,
different,
it's
bro.
just I'm just exaggerating to emphasize the premise of it don't matter. Like if you're doing fucked up shit, even
You
if I'm
got to
not in the
take the
category.
good with the bad. There's no perfect president.
But you focus, yeah, I guess you're just focusing on everything that affects your immediate circle based on
Of
friends.
course. What's wrong with y'all? Am I bugging?
But you're still dismissing Wendy.
I'm
You think
bugging for
climate
that?
change won't, BJ, climate change won't affect your children? You don't think there's any chance that climate change will affect your children?
It's totally nothing we could do about it.
Compared to the transgenders. That's what's gonna really destroy your children. But if
Yeah,
they live
because
in a
that's
house
right
and they
there
have
in our
to
face.
flooded,
That's gonna be right there in
their
their
whole life
school.
saving,
Whether it's
that's not-
snowing, whether we're having snow, earthquakes, hurricanes, whatever, that been going on.
No, it hasn't. That's the thing. Climate change isn't a belief system. It's a factual question. Has the climate changed? And the answer is yes, because we've been monitoring the climate for a long time. And if you just see what the climate was and what the climate is, the climate has changed.
Okay,
It's not
thing
a
about
belief
it
system.
been going. Guess what?
It
Okay,
keeps
so
getting
how
worse.
did
It's going in one direction like this, in one direction like this.
okay, so how did the continents break up? Wasn't all the continents together at one point? Didn't something happen for the continents to split up?
What was that, Pangea?
That's part
and
of
that whole thing?
evolution. That's part of this earth.
Let
That's
me
what's
ask
gonna
you a
happen.
question.
But
Let
it's
me
not
ask you a
because it's
question,
stripping
Nora.
away a parts of the earth.
Let me ask
Yeah.
you a question then. What
Yeah.
do you know? I understand your faith is is Islam, right?
Mhm.
So we don't believe that that's God. That's in God's hands.
No, I don't actually, because everything, all of this is man-made. Just because there's concepts like destiny and like God knows what might happen, I feel like at the end of the day, God didn't completely map out what every man is gonna do. I don't think that's how I understand that destiny premise, or that God is in charge of everything. I think at the end of the day, God just created all these people, and He probably knows a lot about it. But I don't think it was just pre-programmed to know that, or he knows what's going to happen to the earth. I don't know anything about that. Like at the end of the day, when for me, science and religion are very separate. Like everything that's being done by man, I don't think that has anything to do with God. I think God just created man, and the man fucked shit up and did whatever, like I don't think it's pre-programmed by God. And I don't think he's gonna, like, at the end of the day, I could say that about a lot of things, like that line of thinking. I feel like for diseases and all of that, you could just say, all right, COVID happened, all right, you don't have to do anything because ultimately this is God's will, and God, like it
What
you
Frank
can
said,
just,
Will?
that line of thinking just promotes like inaction and just passivity and relying on God without actually doing anything to stop the world from descending into chaos.
Let me ask BJ a question.
Hold on, Frank had a question too. What about Frank? I don't understand your question though. What about us Caribbean people? What about them?
I forgot what we were talking about when he said that.
Me too. What about them? What? I mean, what are you talking about? The deportation or something?
Yeah, maybe. Gotta wait for a Caribbean president, apparently.
Yeah, come back, Frank. Let me know what you're talking about. What you said, Kurt?
My question to you was this: you made a statement that, okay, Donald Trump is our president, so why not talk to him? And I find that kind of, it, that's the same president that when it was the Republicans' turn to talk to the Democrats, they refused to. They refused to give Obama his second Supreme Court because the divisiveness that comes with it. Of course, we ain't gonna talk to somebody that ain't trying to talk with us. It's just their way. But when it was the Democrats' turn to run it, they had nothing to say. They wouldn't talk to the president. They wouldn't take his name.
Who had nothing to say?
Trump didn't even go to the inauguration.
Okay, Michelle Obama ain't coming to his, so that's they
Well,
right.
see, then she gave him back the same energy that he gave
Nobody
her.
cares. See that? Nobody cares about that.
You just made the statement that they're the president, so we gotta talk to him. Well,
No, I said, why not speak to him? If you want something, or if you're in a position to go speak to this president, like everyone else did, that's in a position to speak to this president and work on something, work on a law, work on some legislation or anything. Why not do that?
Because he seems to be listening more to checks than to words, BJ.
To
I don't
what?
think to checks, the money, than to
money?
words. I don't think he's most of the policy changes that
I
he's
don't find
focused
that to
on
be true
are
because
based
Ice
on
Cube,
who gave him money.
when Ice Cube went and sat down with them and spoke to them, he didn't have to pay them.
What he got out of them? Well, what they did based on his words.
I
What
can't
changed
remember
with
what
that?
they did, but he
I don't think
sat
it caused any
down.
material change. I think they just listened to it and it went in one ear and out the other.
My thing about talking to
There
the
was no
president
communication.
over
All
the
right, so listen,
years,
y'all listen. Y'all hate him for the next 4 years. Y'all hate him for the next 4 years. Don't look for anything. Don't try to, you know what I mean? Don't try to figure this shit out. I don't know what y'all did for the last 4 years, but since y'all hate him so much, fuck it. Just let him continue to do all the stuff that y'all hate him for, and then that'll be that. Me, I'ma figure it out. I'ma watch. I'ma watch what him and Elon and them doing. I'ma try to get whatever couple of dollars I could get out of them niggas and keep it pushing. But so far, I like the stuff I supported him about is what he did. The 3-4 things I supported that Biden was against, or the bullshit Biden did, Trump is overturning and shit. I support that. Other than that, man, we not gonna get no perfect president, man. Abraham Lincoln had slaves when he freed the slaves. He still had slaves. What are y'all asking for? What are y'all looking for from this white man? Any white man. What are y'all looking for?
all I know is, he backed out of the Paris Treaty for climate change. And that came together by not just the Americans, but by Paris and all of the different countries. And he backed out of it so he can go drill for some damn oil that is going to change how our weather system is.
Yeah, drill the oil. I'd rather him drill for the oil so my gas could go back down for $2.
It ain't gonna go back down.
Yeah.
I promise you. If you look at the gas pumps now,
It went down last time.
I know in the last week it has went up.
The last time the man just got sworn Monday. The last time he was president, it went down to $2. Soon as Biden and them got in, it went up to $5. Last time he was president, it went down to $2. When he was drilling and all that, it went down to $2.
The president doesn't control the oil prices, though.
That's all I know. I don't know who controls nothing. Because anytime something good happens in the economy, y'all say it wasn't him, and the president don't control it. I don't know who control it, but I know maybe just because they see him in there, everybody that controls every little thing want to do something to make him happy or make it seem like he did it. I don't know. But one thing for sure, gas was $2. That's what I know. And when Biden and them came in, before Biden and Biden administration got in, he said the gas was going to go up to $5. Your bread and eggs was going to go up to $5. He said all of this. And that's exactly what happened. So I don't know who's in charge of what, but that's what happened.
The man closed pipelines down.
Biden did.
Biden just started doing crazy shit.
He
got in. The minute he got in.
Yeah. Biden did. Yeah.
But nobody talks about soon as Trump won the presidency, who was it that put the guns down, or he started something. He spoke to somebody and they stopped the war that they was doing. But see, nobody want to speak about the good that Trump did, what he's starting to do. The man should really start making some changes immediately, man. Some things really start shaking. Me and BJ was talking today about, a lot of people mad about. I heard some lady on Instagram like, yo, Trump stopping food stamps. Yeah, for people that ain't trying to work.
I know one good thing that Trump is doing. He just trying to get that policy. If you pay child support, then the mother can't claim taxes.
That's fake. That's fake news. That's fake news. I was hype about it though.
Ain't no politician alive is about to touch.
Yeah, I was hype about that. That's fake news though.
That's career suicide.
I'm glad I started to send that to my BM too. I'm glad I did it. That's fake news. Word up. What Shakora said?
Trump is the only president that promotes morals. And is willing to talk.
Okay, so this is another thing too. Since y'all want to talk about he didn't, I forgot what y'all said, but Biden didn't sit down with nobody, none of them black people. Kamala didn't either. Ice Cube wanted to sit down with Biden and them too, with his what it was called, platinum package or something. Mm-hmm. Trump's administration sat down with him and took some things from it.
Biden put black people in the Supreme Court. I feel like it's more impactful.
Biden did not sit down with them at all. Kamala didn't go to the black journalist thing they had, the Black National Women's Journalist thing. Trump went over there and sat down with them black women. Two of them black, it was 3 black women. Two of them attacked them the whole time. One was solid. Trump went down and sat down and talked to them people for an hour.
And then
Yeah, he
people
tried
they
to
pray
get
Kamala-
black people
have
to
a
vote for him.
conversation.
Kamala, the black woman vice president that's trying to become president, did not sit down with them black women at all. What are y'all?
But why are we talking that much about sitting down?
What
What
are
that
y'all-
ever did for
We
somebody?
talking about talking.
Tell me what they did. Tell me
We
what
talk-
they
we
did.
talking
Talking,
about
all right.
talking. You got to talk first.
Talking is
How-
one
how do
thing.
you expect
Listening
so
and
much-
acting is another.
How do you
Talking-
expect so much from somebody you won't even speak to, Nora?
BJ, Trump is like, during his presidency,
How
Trump
do
is like
you
in a 4-year
expect
campaign
anything
to
from
become president
somebody
again. Like, that's
you
why
don't
I
even
do
want to
this.
talk to? You might be the person he listened to. Angela Stanton, the convicted felon black woman, came and spoke to Trump, and she got the law overturned. She was handcuffed to a bed while she had her baby. She was handcuffed to a bed and sent to prison while she had her baby. Trump overturned that. No longer can they handcuff women to a bed while they pregnant. That's what we got to start from the bottom up. That's something that affected her. That's something that he sat down with that black woman, listened to her, and overturned. If you care so much about your people and you so concerned, sit down with them, try to get do
That's
something.
a fact. That's a
But
fact.
if you just saying, "Oh, he's this, he's that," da, 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 and you
Get
don't
out.
want to sit down with him, then it don't make no sense to me. It don't even make no sense.
You just
I
talking.
get a chance, I'm gonna sit down with him.
But see,
Down with him.
I
And
would,
guess
but
what?
that's just
And this
not
what
how
I'm gonna
I
do.
evaluate a
Before I
presidency.
sit down with him, I'm gonna hit Will. Yo, what should I say to this nigga?
Right.
Yo, Zah, what should I say to this nigga, man? What should I ask for? I'm gonna hit Umar Johnson. Yo, Umar, man, I got an invite to the White House, man. I'm saying whatever. I get in the White House, I'm saying whatever to him. Yo, what should I tell this nigga, man? What we need for real? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
BJ, did you read the words of the DEI executive order? That
Huh?
you said, when my microphone wasn't working, you said you didn't care about the DEI executive order.
No,
Did you read the words of that order?
no.
It talks a lot about discrimination against white people and about the fact that it talks a lot about environmental programs, the discriminatory laws and environmental programs. Basically, when a flood happens in a marginalized community, the logical thing is to give it more resources because they can't rebuild their communities when they flood, as opposed to the Palisades where
Who,
that's
white
one of their
people?
10. Yeah, like I'm just saying the DEI thing was focused on these environmental programs specific to support people after floods and fires and issues like that. And and the concept of it is that it's discriminatory, it's racist to give more money to marginalized communities to get back from environmental disasters to build their communities, because you're not giving it to white people in rich communities like the Palisades, who probably their houses there, they had like 3 other backup houses. Do you think that makes any sense? And do you think that doesn't hurt probably more than 1 million black people in America? Literally 3 weeks ago in the Bronx, there were floods from rain that I've seen more rain than this in Jordan. The whole fucking Bronx was flooded. Cars were submerged. People were kicked out their houses. And these communities that used to have a greater budget to recover from this, because you know what the fuck the Bronx looks like, these people are now going to get the same amount of money as people in the Palisades who have multiple houses. Do you think that makes any sense? And do you think that's not really impactful?
Well, okay, so I
It's
mean,
fucked up.
if they looking for $750, then I mean,
Then how much they gonna get? Like, don't you think that
that's
poor
what they
people should
gave.
get more than
That's what they gave.
$750?
That's what they giving the people in the Palisades, the white people, the rich people in the Palisades or whatever. They offered them $750. Trump actually just said that he's not sending California no more money. He said everything is on, all funding is on pause until they get the water situated. That's what he just said. All funding to California, to the rich white people or
That's the
whatever,
only way to get
the
them to pay attention.
Palisades and all that is on hold. And they have another wildfire that just sparked up today too. But I mean, what you looking for? I mean, what you looking for?
So
All
he
right,
doesn't want to take responsibility for climate change, and when shit happens because of climate change, he doesn't want to rectify the issue either. Like, I don't think that's a solution. If that's how he's treating white people, imagine how much he's gonna give people in the Bronx and how much that's gonna. What are people gonna do with $750?
I'm not gonna imagine anything. All I know is the man just got in there Monday. He signed a bunch of executive orders. You want to talk about climate change.
I wasn't gonna get reversed.
Where was this climate change concern for the past 4 years?
They
I've
signed
had
the
it my
Paris
whole life.
Treaty.
I,
They
I had
they signed the Paris Climate Treaty.
They rejoined the Paris Agreement, which is probably the only real hope for the world to work collectively to at least pause or slow down climate change.
Okay, so the Paris Agreement for the climate change.
Israel is in theory stopping the genocide in Palestine. Trump was asked in an interview, does he believe that a ceasefire is going to last? And he gave the dumbest answer in the world. He pretty much said, I don't know and I don't care.
Okay, so
no ceasefire has ever been
Biden,
permanent.
you're talking about
Temporary.
Biden promoted 2 bills that can reduce the U.S. greenhouse gas emissions by more than 50% from the level of 2005.
What you said? Trump what?
Biden promoted 2 bills that can reduce the U.S. greenhouse gas emissions by more than 50% from the level of 2005. Build Back Better Act. That's what y'all talking about?
Yeah, that's part of it, but we're talking about rejoining the Paris Agreement. That was probably the most impactful.
Paris Agreement.
Yeah, that's what they was talking about. But okay, he's getting out of the Paris Agreement. So that means Paris and them can still do it though, right? Paris and whoever else is in the agreement, they can still do it, right?
America is a superpower, and this is a global problem. This is not a French problem. This is not a European problem.
Hey, one thing about it, that man a
Superpower.
businessman. That man said it ain't worth it.
Exactly, but that's stupid because you can keep getting this generation money, but your kids and your kids' kids, and you talked about lineage in the last episode, your lineage is not gonna survive this shit because this money gonna run out. This money gonna last a bit, but then when people drowning and the islands is fucking freezing over and fires happening everywhere, your lineage not gonna survive that.
So what
Problems have long-term implications. It is not a short-term problem. A short-term mind can't run a government, can't run a country.
So what y'all want him to
The Paris Agreement is a worldwide treaty. Many countries. It's just not the Americans.
I didn't see
It just doesn't affect Americans.
Dre said global warming has nothing to do with God. You just don't care.
There was another comment before that too.
BJ.
So I just say the Paris Agreement should have stayed intact.
Mom Duke said Trump talking to Hamas and Israel stopping the genocide in Palestine.
That's what I was replying to before. I was saying that it's not stopping the genocide. It's just a pause. And obviously something was promised in return because we've been trying to get this deal to be approved for a while. So it's
you
temporary.
mad at that? You don't even like
when
that.
you heard his answer, BJ. I specifically sent you his answer when somebody asked him if a ceasefire gonna last. What did he say, BJ? He said,
I don't know what he said, but I'm just saying. It's paused out there, right? It's paused. It's paused.
He said Gaza is a construction site. He said there's nothing in Gaza. It's demolished, but the place is beautiful. We got to find something to do with it. It's a fantastic place. We got to figure out something to do with it.
Hold on, Nora.
And he said all the people is dead.
Gaza right now, right?
Yeah.
It's not destroyed.
It is destroyed, but the insensitivity of saying it,
you gotta get out your emotions, man.
Forget that. He said all the people is dead. Everybody in Gaza is dead. Gaza is a destruction site. What a shame! It used to be a beautiful place right by the sea. We could do a lot.
You mad at that? The man said it used to be a beautiful place right by the sea. You mad at that?
He's talking about what can we do with this? It's not your country. What you mean? What you can do with this? You can't do nothing with it. It's not yours. You telling me that? It's not insensitivity. It's way more than insensitivity. It's expressive.
All right, so
is this okay. I don't care. I don't know. Like,
all right, I got a question for you. So you want him to do something, or you don't want him to do something?
I want him now that America has done something and has made my country a demolition site. There is some responsibility to give money to support the people to build it back. And America has done that before. They'll always give us, once they destroy a country in the Middle East, they'll give us little tidbits to build it back. But the way Trump is talking, like he wants to reap the benefits of this beautiful country, this fantastic place. He's talking about what America could do with this country in terms of, you listen to the interview that I sent you. He's not talking about helping us rebuild it. He's talking about America rebuilding it, which America has done before, which is very scary to think that an American president is expressing an intent to basically devour the resources of another country because he thinks it's a fantastic place. If it's fantastic, leave it to the people. It's not. We can't.
So would you rather him try to rebuild it or not?
Give us money to rebuild it. Nobody has ever said, we're not asking America to take it. There's a difference between taking it and helping us rebuild it. Help us rebuild it. But obviously, nobody demolishes a country to just allow us to rebuild it. Like, this is not how this works. It's always going to be, now they're going to say Gaza can't run their own country. We're too poor to run our own country because they took everything and they killed all the people that had money and they killed all the hospitals. Everybody that worked in the hospitals is dead. Everybody that worked in education is dead. So now Palestinians can't run themselves because they're too stupid to run a government. And now somebody got to intervene. And then we'll have a new ruler soon. That's another country, probably Israel, maybe even America, the way Trump is talking, because he seems to want a bit of that too.
Okay.
You gonna see. Wait, we're gonna see. If text me with the day you see a Palestinian run Palestine, and not be called a terrorist and listed as a terrorist
Palestine was
organization.
never ran by a Palestinian.
It was, but then they pushed terrorists into power, what they call terrorists into power, and then
Who's into power now?
Hamas.
Who's the terrorist?
Hamas.
Who
They
put
designated
Hamas
them
there?
a terrorist
Who put
organization.
Hamas there? Hold on, you got to slow down because we don't know what's going on.
Hamas never won the popular vote in Palestine. There was never a majority in Palestine that wanted Palestine to be run by Hamas. Hamas used to be a pretty.
How did Hamas get there?
Netanyahu gave Hamas a lot of money, and Netanyahu was backed by America because he wanted to discredit the
same people that he's fighting now. He gave money to and put them in power over there. See, that's a game that y'all playing. Not y'all. That's a game that they playing over there that I don't even want to be a part of. See, it's already stupid to me. I got my own issues over here. For real, it's already retarded to me. They playing games, bro. You just heard what she said.
They are playing games. It used to be run by the Palestinian Liberation Organization, which was our best leadership since the whole crisis started. But the PLO was in the UN. The PLO was internationally respected. The PLO was human beings that were talking to leaders all over the world, and they were getting shit done. And that's why they had to promote what they perceived as the most extremist Muslim terrorist group and put it on top, because he knew nobody was gonna fucking talk to us if our leaders are perceived as terrorists.
All right, well, that's what Hitler was talking about.
It's a sad reality, but it's not your problem, BJ. Moving on.
That's what Hitler was talking about. Yeah, I got my own issues. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to me,
back to BJ's issues.
but that's what Hitler was talking about. That's what Hitler was trying to warn the world about. Right? Heard it up. That's what he's trying to warn the world about, man. I don't know. That's crazy. He put them in power over there, gave them money, and now they at war. Come on, man. I mean,
exactly. And then they say why Palestine is like, it's kind of Israel versus Israel to just demolish the citizens.
Y'all should. I mean, somebody has to sit down with the man to talk to him.
Biden said there's that interview between Biden and some journalist, and he's asked him, did you not talk to Netanyahu and tell him to stop carpet bombing? Like, are you in support of this? And he said, I talked to Netanyahu. I told him he can't be carpet bombing an entire civilization. There's innocent people. And he said, isn't that what y'all did during the World War II? Isn't that what y'all did during World War I? Isn't that what y'all did in Japan and in Germany? And Biden said, I couldn't say nothing about.
America been doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what Netanyahu told him.
America did that in
That's
America.
why he supports it, because they want him the same.
America did that in America. It wasn't even a war.
Well, it was a civil war.
They just dropped bombs on Tulsa just because they was mad that the black people had more than them and was sustaining. It wasn't nothing else but that, and they dropped bombs on them. So
they did the same thing in Philadelphia.
Didn't want us with them, but then mad when we went and got our own, built our own.
Did y'all see the sermon at the National Cathedral? Or did you see like Trump had
with the lady?
Yeah, the little stud joint. You saw that, Zah? You saw that,
what?
Kurt?
Nah, I didn't even see it.
Nah, I ain't
You ain't
watching
see
nothing.
Trump at the church with the little
the lesbian
chick
lady? Yeah, I did.
with the
Yeah.
bishop.
She was
Did you-
fooling him. He was looking like a 7-year-old angry kid.
Did you
He was
listen
just
to
like-
anything she was saying though? Did you hear
Yeah, I
anything?
did. But honestly, like, what she's saying from her place, you have to put yourself in her shoes. This man just signed a thing saying you don't exist anymore. Like, well, from their perspective, obviously, that's what they're gonna say. Like, what you're gonna say to that? First day he's in office is like, not a thing anymore.
Nah, get out of here. What you talking about? We in church. Why you talking to me about transgenders and LBGTQs and
Obviously, it's a pretty modern
gays and all
church.
this and
The pastor's a
immigrants?
lesbian.
We in church. It's supposed
That's
to be a church
crazy.
sermon. What are we talking about?
This is the same man that didn't even put his hand on the Bible and swore that he was going to uphold the Constitution.
Because that wasn't even about that. He already put his hand on the Bible when he got swore, and that was something else. Y'all gotta stop looking at the headlines. That was something else. That's the second time he did that. That was about something else. That wasn't that. But the little lesbian bishop lady, she was in church trying to plead about transgender, something he just overturned anyway. It was a setup. It was a setup from joint. I don't know who put her as the speaker and all that, but it was wrong. It was wrong from jump. It's wrong, first of all, because it's a lesbian brought up there as a bishop. So
That don't even make sense.
so it's already
That don't
wrong.
even make sense. Yeah, that's
It's already,
crazy in
it's
itself.
already wrong.
Do you want there to be a law that says no bishop can be lesbian or gay? Like bishops.
No,
must
it don't got to
always
be law. Hell no, it don't got to be a law about that. No.
All right, then
Shouldn't
why
be
you have
up
a
there.
problem with her being a lesbian bishop?
No,
shouldn't be
the
up
law
there.
is your book. The law is that Quran and that Bible. That's the law.
But you don't. America is a secular state. Why are we just forgetting that and trying to make it seem like America can be run by the Bible or any book? America is meant
it's
to be
supposed to be,
secular,
and God-
and you
it's
want to
supposed
stay
to be.
secular.
In God we trust. It says
No,
on
no,
your-
just because there's
Oh,
little
but
poems
there's
about
a
God,
law
that doesn't mean that
that the
America is.
separation of church and state.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that. That's what.
No.
Just because. Hold on, Noah. Just because America moves one way or state moves one way, don't mean I'm gonna move that way. I don't care. I'm not moving that way. I don't give a
You
damn.
Muslim and you're trying to uphold the Bible. Like, what you even care about that if you talk about
Let me
your
ask you
personal
this:
position?
would you go in the mosque with a gay imam?
Yeah, what? I don't know what the fuck who's talking. If you know what he's talking
It's not
about,
gonna
he's gonna give
happen.
you
Oh
a good
nah,
Cut it out.
that's
It's not
astaghfirullah.
gonna happen. Stop.
Astaghfirullah.
Why would I care? Why would
Astaghfirullah.
I care who he wants?
Astaghfirullah. No way, Nor. No
I
way.
don't care who the imam is
Nah,
talking.
no way.
I
You
don't,
better
I don't think
care.
that has any implications on the value of his words and what he's gonna say.
Astaghfirullah, man.
I
It's
just
not
feel like
gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen. I'm not thinking, but I'm saying in a hypothetical world where it does happen, I'm not gonna walk out because he looks like he might like guys. Like, what? I'm not here to.
I'm gonna
It's not what I'm
walk
here.
out.
Yeah, 'cause
You
I
gonna
know
walk
it's-
out because
I
know
walk
it's
in
non-
any.
I know
I
it's
walk in
non-psych.
any holy place, and the
Straight up.
pastor, the imam, and all that, whatever, is gay. I'm gone.
I'ma get out of there.
Why am I sitting there listening to him?
Straight
No
up.
way. No way am I
way.
staying in there.
No way.
I
No
just
way am
perceive
I
it as a
staying there.
personal choice that is being perceived like it has a lot more implications than it does. It's
No,
just
that's
none
why
of
I
my
said I don't
business.
want.
That's
I
the
wouldn't.
problem. That's the
That's why I'm
problem
not
with
saying it
America.
should be a law. It is a personal choice. That's why I'm not saying
Yeah,
it should be a law. They actually have churches that have gay pastors and all that. I've been seeing it all over Instagram. They actually have churches that allow that. That's their choice. That's cool. Me walking in there and I see that, I'm out. There's no reason for me
But
to
you
sit
talk
there.
about it's wrong. You said it's wrong. There's a difference between it's wrong and it's not your preference. You can have a preference.
It
but
is
you can't
wrong.
say something's wrong.
That's dead
It is
wrong.
wrong. Is it right?
It's not wrong or right. It's like not everything is wrong
It
or
is
right.
wrong.
It's just
Is,
a thing. Like
is homosexuality right or wrong?
I don't think it's right or wrong. What do you mean is it right?
You
You
Like
going
what?
against you go?
It's time
It's
for me to go, man.
hey,
It's-
no. I'm about to take your Islam card,
That's
man. Your
according
Muslim
to-
card, man.
according
I can
Okay.
take the Muslim card of
I'm about to take
almost
your
every
Muslim
Muslim
card,
I've
man.
met.
There's
That's
if
no
homo-
way in the world
that should make you
you
upset.
can you really sitting here saying homosexuality ain't right or wrong. It's wrong.
That's crazy. Like I want to know.
So
I want
Go
to know.
ahead, go ahead, Zah. Go ahead, Zah.
half
I want to know where.
Hold on,
I
Kurt,
wanna
you
know
go
where
next.
I want to know where Nora's top Tawheed at, man. I'm starting to second guess the Islam here, man. Like I'm just.
What do you?
I mean,
She got
One
one more
thing-
strike.
one
She got
thing I
one more
have to-
strike, Zah.
It's one more. One more.
She got
man.
one more strike.
One more. Like I don't know,
Sorry,
man.
excuse me. Do y'all drink alcohol? Because if we want to second guess Islam on the rules of Islam, there's a lot of rules of Islam that are taken very seriously in Arab countries with the Arab premise of like with Arabs, we don't talk about homosexuality. It's not a thing. Everybody closeted. It's just not something I was raised to be like. My mom didn't tell me like, yeah, my mom would have a heart attack if any of her kids were gay. She would literally die and probably disown us. But I wasn't raised to be like, I was raised to just be like, yeah, don't fuck women. And my brother was raised not to fuck men. Like we had that, but I wasn't raised to like, oh, that guy shouldn't be a president. A gay man shouldn't be a president. A gay man shouldn't be in a church. A gay man should, like, we weren't raised to really think about that or give a fuck about that. We were raised, yeah, drinking was the biggest thing. Sex before marriage was the biggest. Those were the principles, the pinnacles of Islam. The stealing, lying, killing. That's how I was taught Islam. And here, like, I don't know why homosexuality in American versions of Islam, I've seen it's like a really big thing. It's like
It's
the
not
biggest
even just
priority.
American
And
version.
drinking is at the bottom of the list. Almost every Muslim American I know drinks alcohol. That's
it's not even just American Muslim culture. It's American period culture, because it's a bunch of homos over here. So of course we're gonna talk about it more. It's a bunch of gay people over here.
Yeah, but why is that the reason? Because America prioritizes freedom. And that's something that I like about America. Personal choices, personal freedom. I don't have that in my
That's
country.
what's up. But guess what? You asked the question. You asked if drinking was wrong, right or wrong. Yes, drinking is wrong.
Drinking is wrong.
Yes, it's wrong.
Smoking weed is wrong.
Huh?
Smoking weed is wrong.
Yes. See how
No.
easy that is?
Sex
Yes.
before marriage is wrong. Sex before marriage is wrong.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you agree with the really.
See how
okay.
easy that is?
But do you follow all these rules?
Homosexuality is wrong.
Do you
Yes.
follow these rules, or do you only follow the homosexuality is wrong rule? Because I think you only follow one of those.
It's all wrong.
These are not rhetorical questions, man. These questions are to be answered yes or no. Like
Yes or no. That's it. It ain't
man,
no if.
choice and
It
all
ain't
of
no
that.
what I
Yeah,
think
my
or it
belief,
should be.
Yeah, nah, man.
Yes
That's
or
what it
no?
is. It's
No.
what- yeah, yes or no. Yeah, that's it. Like
Okay, then if you saying homosexuality is wrong and they aiming it at Americans, hell, the church, for as far back as we can remember, the Vatican and the Pope and all of them, they was having sex with little boys,
all of it's wrong.
And it's
All of
still
that's
wrong, Kurt.
That's
but they swept it under the rug.
yeah. That's,
Because it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because they
So
know
you
it's
think-
wrong.
So if somebody is homosexual, it would be right if they just stayed in the closet. It doesn't change the fact that they still gonna be homosexual.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't care about them being homosexual or not. What I'm saying is, you cannot preach the gospel to me. You can't preach the Holy Quran to me. You cannot preach to me and you're a homo. No. You could go and be whatever you want. Me personally, I cannot come in a place of worship and be ministered by a homo.
What if the
Or
pastor
drunk.
drinks alcohol?
Or-
What if the pastor
or
Hey,
is
drunk.
oh, hold on. I'm gonna make it better for you, Nora.
Stay?
Or if the pastor is drunk or smell like weed, or I know he smoked weed and all that, I'm not listening to him neither.
facts.
What if he had sex before marriage? What if you know his baby mother? You would walk out?
Listen,
No, I wouldn't walk out because now he's married.
yeah.
But he having sex
If
with
he's
his
married
sex
now
friend.
on the pulpit, no, I'm not walking out because of that.
If that's the case,
Well, he gonna
man,
help.
we all understand that every man, every woman in this world is under sin. There ain't no perfect person on this land.
Exactly.
We understand that.
Exactly. But Zah, this the thing, Zah. For them to act like they don't know if it's right or wrong is the problem.
For sure, bro.
That's the only
That's
problem.
that's my problem.
It's against nature.
Right.
Islam is about nature, life. Anything against life, Islam is against. Allah is against.
DJ, my understanding of Islam, I was taught stories like, for example, the Prophet once saw a prostitute at night, and he saw her feeding. This is one of the hadith. The guy that used to write like stories about the Prophet. He saw the prostitute giving a cat that was really like starving, giving her water and food. And he went to her and told her, like, there's a long like surah based on it, but he went to her and told her that she's going to heaven. I wasn't raised to think right or wrong. If you do this, if you're gay, like, I think there's gay people that could end up in heaven if they, for like it's just a net evaluation of what you are. I don't think it's getting right or wrong. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to you. That's not how I understand Islam. You could be straight and perfect and all that shit and do everything right according to Islam, but these rules don't decide whether you go to heaven or not. Like there's other things that are really fundamental to what a good person is and what a bad person is. And I don't think that the evaluation of what the man drinks or eats or who he has sex with or when he has sex, I don't think that these are the number one measure of is this wrong or right? Is this a good person or a bad person? It's
Nah,
not
I never said that.
black
I'm
or
not
white
talking about
mentality.
them.
I feel like is what makes religion repulsive to some people or difficult to buy into it
No, I'm
because it
not
feels
talking
very
about.
black
I'm
or
not
white to
talking
some
about.
people.
I'm not talking about a bad person or a good person. I'm not saying because he's gay, he's a bad person. I'm not saying that.
Like, it is, who is he harming? What is the net effect of this? If somebody is gay and he's not making everybody gay, he's not turning the kids gay, he's just gay in and of himself. He is gay. He likes men. What is the harm of that? What is so wrong about that? Where's the wrongness?
Everything.
It's time for me to. It's time for me
I
to
don't.
part, man.
Everything.
It's time for me
It's
to.
against the book. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the Quran
If
doesn't
that's
say
the
anything.
justification, then
Let
there's
me
no
ask you
real
this.
justification. If the
Let me ask you
justification
this.
is that's the book, then that's not a justification.
Let me ask you this. The Quran doesn't say nothing against homosexuality.
It does. I'm not saying it doesn't.
What does it say?
That
Zai,
it's
you know
not
what it
good.
say? Anybody?
That it's not good. It doesn't say. It says that homeless people should be with people of the opposite sex.
That what?
It just says that people should be with people of the opposite sex, and same-sex relationships and marriages and sex is not allowed. It is very clear about it.
Okay,
But
so if it's not allowed, then
but
what we
that's the
talk?
thing. I just feel like there's a more like we can. I don't know. I don't.
If it's
There's a
not
lot of things.
allowed, why are you allowing it?
I'm not allowing it. I'm just thinking about why it's not allowed and whether you're asking me if it's right or wrong. And I don't think that's. I'm not a robot. It's not like this book just tells me everything and I listen to it. This book says like.
It wouldn't make you a robot. Anything that's
But you have to
anti-life.
understand the rationale for you to actually exercise it and practice it in your life and preach it. You have to understand the rationale why. Like, there's just a comment now, they're giving our children hormone blockers and castrating them. That's evil. Yes, I do think that's evil, but that's because that's an evil thing to do, to give a child hormone blockers and castrate them. But I'm just saying, when there's a rule in the Quran that says that every woman should inherit half as much as a man inherits. Do I believe in that? No, I do not. Do I think that makes me an infidel? No, I do not. I can look at this book and say that some of these notions don't make sense in this day and age. They're not being applied correctly in this day and age. They're causing more harm than good in this day and age. And I don't think that makes me an infidel. That just makes me somebody that's capable of using their brain and evaluating whether this book that was written a very long time ago is being implemented in the correct way in this day and age, and whether it's causing the intended benefit that it meant to cause in that day and age. The Quran is the only book that technically never got an update. The Old Testament got a New Testament. It was fine-tuned. It was tweaked a little. The Quran has been the same for a very long time. The Quran was the same as when it's been the same since the days when one man would support every single woman in his family, his sisters, his daughters, his mother. Different day and age.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not. I
There's
mean,
nothing that need to change. That's
it,
why it's been never been tampered, because that's the law. That's like the Torah. The Torah was the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is the New Testament and all the things that somebody came and created and made up along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have rules and laws already in place that still make sense. You know what I mean? That foundates the world, and if you go off of that, you're good. But it's man that want to come in and create this. Oh, it's okay to do this. Oh, it's okay to, to be a woman and this. Yeah, that's the foolishness. That's when all the foolishness come about. Man want to start tampering it with himself. He want to start being God and creating rules and laws and making the world, acceptive to that. Yeah, let's stick with what we already got, man. If it ain't broke, don't change it. Don't fix it. You know?
I just don't. It's against nature, bro. I
It's
don't.
against nature, bro. Like,
I'm not. I mean, I'm
period.
not trying to convince you of to change the way you feel about it. That's fine. It's just against nature, Period. Anything that's against nature, I'm against. I'm against anything that's anti-life.
Facts.
I'm against. That's why I'm against abortion. I'm against anything that's anti-life.
You
Period.
against guns?
Huh?
You against guns?
No.
They're a bit anti-life.
Nah. I mean, if you're being attacked, you got to defend yourself. I'm against letting somebody kill me.
Yeah, for sure. Straight up.
Yeah, it's not
Straight up.
guns. It's
I'm
not
anti
guns.
letting somebody kill me.
It's not guns. It's the people that kill you.
Uh,
They give it
It's
to them, brother.
people that kill people. It ain't the
Exactly.
guns.
It ain't the gun. Yeah.
You
That's
could
a
say the
fact.
same about abortion. It's not abortion that kills people, it's the people that kill people. It's
So,
one mother can choose. One mother can choose to have an abortion at 9 weeks and kill an almost formulated child, and one mother can have absolutely zero money to support a child, and she's in week 2 of her pregnancy and wants to get rid of it. She can use an abortion in a perfectly safe way to get rid of a couple of cells. It's
That's a
not that cruel
person's
to
choice.
people.
let me ask you this, Noah. Do you think
Mm.
men could get pregnant?
No, never
Okay.
in a million years.
All right.
I think mentally they'd crumble.
Bro,
No, and
in a few
physically.
years, it ain't even gonna be no
I don't think
clear
it's gonna happen.
answer
That's
to
the one
what
thing they
man
can't do.
is. It's all about to be blurred.
How many genders are there? No.
So
As of today,
there was always like I don't know, like on the form, like what are we talking about in the world, like biological. Technically, if you want to talk about the state of the world, yeah, there's some people that call themselves other gender, but biologically,
How
there's two
many
genders.
genders do you think there are?
Biologically, there's 2 genders.
Okay. Kurt, you think men could get pregnant?
No. But
Uh
when you talk about gender, what about the morphodites? Morphodites have
oh.
2 genders.
Man, I don't know about no. I don't know.
Josh said on Mars, men will be able to have babies.
BJ, what you
But
talking
that,
about? Mars is livable. There's
They
no
might.
oxygen in Mars.
They might, Josh. They might. They might. That's why a lot
Oxygen
of
morphodites,
in
going up
Mars.
there.
morphodites do exist.
I would never know. Oh, what is that? What is the morphodite? They got both.
Both
They have they have
parts.
they have both organs.
Genitalia.
And they both work.
No, I don't think they work. Like, can they have
Yes, they
babies?
do. Yes, they do. I just got a feed off of some. I'm gonna send it to you. And dude say he got both. He say one, the male gender didn't develop until he got older. But he say that motherfucker been with football players, basketball players and shit.
I seen it.
But what they attracted to was the woman side of him because he looked like a woman, but he got a male organ. And so they asked him, like, where is it located? And he said, it's up under the female organ. But he say, as he got older, it aggressively grew. So he got 2. He got 2 genders. So what do you call him? A homosexual or
I don't call him nothing.
Anomaly.
Whatever he want to be. Whatever
I
he want to
guess
be, he could be. He,
But he gotta
she,
pick a team.
whatever he, she want to
that
be, they could be. I don't know.
I don't either. When I see that, I just seen that feed this past week, and I'm gonna send it to you. It's crazy. It's like, okay,
What's that?
I've never seen one before in my life. I've heard stories that there are, but those are like real rare, and it's like an
Birds
anomaly.
usually choose when they still a baby,
And
whichever sex they want.
some of them cut
Yeah.
one or the other out. All depends on what gender they more so adapt to, whichever one they want to be.
What else we got, BJ? We got like 20 minutes left.
I forgot where I was going. I was going somewhere. I was about to ask Nora something else. Oh, do y'all think Elon Musk was saluting Hitler? Was doing the Hitler salute when he did that?
I think he was zooted. I think he was
think he
not
was
in his
high.
right
No,
mind. Did you
Elon
see
get
the
high.
video of him like
Elon
that?
get high. Elon definitely was high. I think he
He
popped
was
pills or something.
crazy.
Elon, I agree with you
You
on
know,
that.
it's like
You saw that, Kurt?
Yeah, I think
he was
that
loopy.
I think what he was doing was more so uh, signaling toward the Proud Boys and those supremacists because that's their salute. But when he realized he had did it just unconsciously, remember he went right to his heart like they do with the flag. That's their signal. If you notice how they hold their hands, that white power sign, if you notice, like Trump is always doing that white power sign, something like this. It's
Man, get out of
something.
here,
It's
man. Get out of here.
I thought that was a gang
Man,
sign.
get out of here,
That's white
man.
power.
You want
come on, man. That salute has always been attributed to the skinheads, the Proud Boys, the Aryan Nation, and that goes back many years. Now, did he do it intentionally? I just think in his excitement, he signaled to them. And notice immediately right after that, he pardoned all 1,500 of them.
Hey man, if that's how you feel, I can't take that away from you, brother.
Yeah, they blamed it on Elon being autistic.
So,
Elon is
and
autistic.
That's a fact,
as
George.
far
That's not.
as
That's a
hating
fact.
them, I only hate those people that hate me. I hate some of these black folks out here. You know what I'm saying? But if
That's what
you
I'm trying
hate
to get.
me,
That's what I'm trying to explain to Noah.
yeah, but if
That's
you
what I'm
hate,
I
trying
get
to
it.
explain.
but if Donald Trump hate me simply
These
because
ain't my
of,
people. I don't give a
and,
damn about all black people.
neither
I'm
is Donald Trump.
just yo, no, what you think about one woman having multiple husbands? I saw this too.
Oh Lord, here we go.
What
If
you
she
think
doesn't
about
want to
that?
have kids, why not? But if she wants to have kids, no. If she doesn't want to have kids, then she just got that, you know,
I don't know if
lust
she
for
had
it.
kids, but did she have kids?
Hmm.
If you have kids, that's just chaos. Like that just don't work. Like
I don't think she had
How is that
kids.
any different than a man having more than one wife?
You don't
because
see
a
no
mother is
difference.
different. Is different.
You don't see no different. It's totally different. What? She getting penetrated by 3 different dudes.
No, that's not the difference, BJ. That's not the
Yes,
difference.
it is.
A man is
What?
It's a big
That's
penetrating.
the
It's
only
difference.
it's no
difference.
difference.
That's the difference right there. What you mean?
That's why I drew the
She getting
distinction between a mother
penetrated.
and
Yeah,
a
what?
woman.
No, that's
So
totally
what?
different.
I don't understand this argument. Like, what's the difference between penetrating and being penetrated? It's all
This
penetration.
the difference, right? Say this is a glass full of water, right? I'm the glass full of water. Matter of fact, you're the glass full of water, Nora. This is you, the glass full of water. Once a nigga stick his fingers in it, the next man don't want to drink that water no more.
So what's the difference if it's at the same time versus if a woman had an ex-husband? Somebody already put his finger in that thing.
No,
What's the
because
difference if it's
that's your
concurrent?
ex. That's your past. Don't nobody care about your past. That's your past.
But it's
But
the
if you
same.
having
Like you
three,
don't
you
understand
have
when a
three,
woman.
you have 3 at one
Who
time.
gonna claim the
All
baby?
right, but when a woman gets cheated on, that same visual that you just put of the hand going into thing, it produces the same amount of disgust for a woman to think
No, it
that
don't.
that went into another can. Like
No, it
it's
don't.
just as disgusting to women, but men can't like understand that it's the same thing for both ways.
That's another thing. If you get pregnant,
That-
you don't even know who you're pregnant by.
Right.
By that, exactly, that's my logic. My logic is about pregnancy and having babies and growing a family. But my logic is not about, it's the same shit. Like, I don't understand the difference between,
law said whoever
like,
you
your
married
logic
to,
could
that's who
justify
baby
cheating
it
for a
is.
man and not for a woman. The logic of, oh, penetration, being penetrated is different from penetrating. Like, any distinction between those two just makes it seem like, oh, it's, there's a significance in that
Yes,
when it comes
because
to
when a
cheating.
man penetrates you, that does something to your spirit.
It doesn't do nothing to your spirit when you
it-
penetrate somebody?
No.
Like, it does somebody to everybody's spirit.
Yeah, I could penetrate somebody and not give a damn about them within that minute.
Women can do that too. It's not about giving a fuck about them. It's still you're still
No, it's
absorbing somebody's
impossible
energy.
for y'all because y'all brain is connected to y'all vagina. It's a
I-
muscle. It's one. It's one. It's one muscle line, muscle membrane that connects from your brain all the way down to your vagina. That's why
I
y'all
like
go
to believe
that's why
that
y'all go
muscle
crazy.
exists for men. I like
That's
to
why
believe
y'all
that
go
muscle
crazy.
exists
That's why
for
y'all
men.
go crazy, and that's why y'all put up with so much stuff. That's why. That's why. That's why.
So you tell me every man has absolutely no connection between his brain and his dick. It's two separate things.
90% of us do. 90%
90%.
Yeah, you grow out of it.
But you definitely grow out of it. For sure. You definitely grow out of it. Quick, too.
You don't think
And
women
the more
grow out
kids
of
you
it?
have and the more bills you accumulate and all that, you grow out of it fast.
I've seen a lot of American women that seem to have grown out of it. I've never met more female cheaters than I have in America. I didn't know it was a
It's
thing
a cultural thing. It's the music and everything. Everything is connected. It's a culture thing.
Yeah.
The music plays a part in it. They make it cool. You know what I'm saying? That's why Sexy Red so big.
Ooh,
Meg the
we're listening
Stallion
to
and all
different
that.
songs.
Don't give my hometown girl no credit. She is ratchet and oily and just
I
as
don't know.
nasty as they come, man.
She is, but I like her. I like her personality. I don't like her
Her
music. I like her
personality is
personality. I
trash,
seen
bro.
I seen a few of her interviews. She
Yeah,
has a
but that
personality,
interview,
man.
that
Yeah.
interview is a fake.
Nah,
But I don't take advice from her songs. But
her music is fake. Her music is fake. I don't think she's as big as a hoe that she rap about. I really don't.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she is.
I really don't.
I live in St. Louis. Yeah, she is.
You don't know her.
wait, she from St. Louis?
Come on
Yeah,
now.
she from St. Louis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Come on now. Yeah. I do. I don't know her personally because I don't deal with that crowd. But bruh, she 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 for the neighborhood. She just nasty with it.
You just speaking from the TV.
No, I'm talking about from the streets that I live in.
Yeah, but you don't know her personally, so you just speaking of what you see on TV when it comes to her.
No, I'm talking about the people that talk in the streets.
They hating
The,
because they still in the hood.
no,
So they gonna
I'm talking
talk
about
down on her.
niggas,
They hate.
I'm talking about niggas that's out there, just like Nelly. I didn't know him personally. Nelly made his very first video on my mama's front porch. He didn't get that community a dollar. He didn't replace not one flower that his crew stepped on my mama's front.
He
And it
said he
made my
paid.
mama,
He said he paid for a lot of scholarships. He said he sent a lot of kids. He said he do a lot for St. Louis.
but not for that neighborhood where he made his video.
Oh, I mean, I don't know,
These
man.
people.
You know what I'm saying?
If he do a lot for St. Louis, I mean, what you want him to do for the neighborhood?
I don't know what he did for St. Louis. He bought a mansion out there in Kirkwood and ain't been in it since Tip Drill. It's just dilapidated. Nelly ain't did nothing. Nelly is a snake. I got a partner that used to open for him when he was just he wasn't in the industry real good. He hadn't went solo and did all that. That when he went to open the show for him, he hit a few balls and Nelly them cut the mic and then didn't want to pay him, saying that they didn't finish their show. They chased Nelly down the alley, and I could have that same dude on your podcast tell you Nelly has been a snake since birth.
Come on, man. Since
He
birth.
ain't no since birth.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I know his granddaddy personally because his granddaddy stayed a block from me on Labadee.
I believe you.
You know what I'm saying?
But
And that's where he made
you
his
saying
video
Nelly
in
been a
the
snake since birth. Damn.
the dude that he in the industry, he like one of them snake dudes that will sell you out. Like the dude that you hustling with, all of a sudden he'll tell the police on you so that you would take a fall. He could take your place. That's how Nelly was. He was like that with Chingy. He was like that with the Saint Lunatics. They took the name Saint Lunatics from a saying we stated back in the 60s was called the Labadee Lunatic. Because every family on our block had 12 kids or more. So you had to be a lunatic to come outside because you had to fight somebody.
They representing the Lou.
He wasn't representing no Lou.
Listen, man. Stop, man. If it wasn't for Nelly, nobody would be talking about St. Louis, man. Stop it, man. Stop it.
Hell, before Nelly even came on the map, Michael Spinks and Leon Spinks represented the Lou. They were from the Lou.
Nobody care about them, bro.
Well, back then they did. He was a champion.
Man, Mike Tyson broke his goddamn neck.
Michael Spinks took a fall. He took that 13 minutes. I was at the club with him right after that. He took that. He fought for 13 minutes.
You the reason why he lost.
No. After the fight, this is what he said. And I'm gonna tell. And you if you ever get a chance to interview him, ask him. He fought for 13 years as a pro, in the light heavyweight. He fought Dwight Muhammad Qawi and every 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 contenders to the light heavyweight belt. He never got a million fight. He fought Larry Holmes twice. He never got a million dollar fight for either one of them. When he got a chance to fight Mike Tyson, they offered him $13 million. He was like, it ain't no sense in me fighting this man. I'm getting ready to retire anyway. Let him have his glory. He fought for 91 seconds and laughed all the way to the bank. I don't think there's a fighter out there that can say they made $19 million in 91 seconds. He took a fall because he wasn't gonna fight the man. He had no intentions of it because the boxing game at that time had played him, made him fight everybody. He fought motherfuckers out the jungle.
I'll take your word for it, but listen, man. Nelly put St. Louis on the map. That's that. Stop it, man.
I don't know who liked him. I didn't never like him.
But look, and you can ask my moms. I never liked Nelly. Like his music and all that. I never liked Nelly. No, why they kick my man Vivek out the White House? Why Trump kick Vivek out?
I actually don't know. I didn't read about
I like
it.
Vivek. Now, what you
kicked her
think
out?
about Vivek?
Who?
Vivek.
I don't know. I don't understand what really happened.
I forgot his
I really
last
haven't read much
Ramaswamy or
about it.
something like that. I forgot the Indian looking dude that was
Yeah,
running for
it was
Republican
about
and he
the-
dropped
the-
out and supported Trump. I like Vivek.
He was supposed to be instead of Elon Musk. Like initially, I think that's what the
Yeah,
role
him and
said they
Elon
was gonna
Musk
give
was,
him.
yeah, he was working with them, but they I saw something where they kicked him out the White House.
Yeah, I don't know, and I feel like they haven't really I read like an article about it, but it was really shallow. Like no, it wasn't any explanation of what happened that led to it. It was just like, yeah, he's out.
Kurt, would you ever have an all-woman military if you ran a country?
No, but would I have some women that I fought side by side with? Yeah, because there's some women out there can pop that thing. I think that they, as far as them being in the military, that doesn't make them less fighting ready than men, because they
Would you ever have an all-military or all-woman military?
No.
Because the reason why I'm asking that, because Ghana has a all-woman military. No,
Who?
would you have an
I didn't
all-woman?
read that. Really, Ghana has an all-woman military.
Yeah,
Who you said?
Ghana.
Yeah, because all the men is
think
dead.
I'm pretty sure it's just a division. You know what I mean? Of their
It's probably
military.
just a
It ain't the
division.
whole military.
Yeah.
Just a division. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
no
not the whole-
country has an all-woman military.
The country with the most women in the military is Israel. It's always been that way because they have the same mandatory. It's one of the. I think it's the only country that has a mandatory military conscription for women for 2 years, and men do three years in Israel. Every single woman has to go to the military.
Nah, it says the United States.
The United States has more than Israel.
The most women in the military. It says
Really, I heard that it was Israel.
it
Most-
says United States, Canada, Australia,
Isn't
Israel, Germany,
Canada?
Denmark, and New Zealand. Israel's number 4 now.
Oh, that's crazy. But none of these got mandatory conscription for women.
Yeah, it's a lot of women in the military. Are they on the front line? Ladies normally go in and their training be like as nurses. They could be technicians. They could be, like radio people. But as far as on the line, the majority is fighting men. Yes, they have backup divisions that are women, but not an all-woman army.
Oh, it's called the Female Engagement Team,
Yeah,
the Ghana Battalion.
that's just one division. That's a battalion, and then you have like 10 battalions in one brigade.
Yeah.
That battalion is really, really a smart, maybe 200 men. The brigade may have 20,000 men. one battalion, you have 200 or 300 of, and it's just women. So they make up a percentage of the military force, but not it's not a all. It's just one little small division.
I wanted to ask Zah about this. We about to get up out of here, but I wanted to ask Zah about this, but I forgot. Big Meech welcome home party. Big Meech got a welcome back legacy concert party coming up.
Cause during World War II, they had a battalion that all black. Well, it was ran by that black woman that had a battleship, and they tried to undermine her by telling her ain't nobody gonna listen to no black woman. She was like, not on my ship. They had that on Netflix just recently.
Oh, you talking about but nah, it wasn't.
It's just a small battalion. Every army probably have a battalion.
No, they bro. I watched it. It's actually a good movie, and
so I'm telling you, I was side by side with some women that shot expert sniper, didn't miss a target. You know what I'm saying? That are good fighting soldiers. But no military in the world is going to have all female military. They get wiped
It
out.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. I wasn't. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh,
I didn't mean it like that at all.
you were just saying a whole battalion.
Yeah.
Would I have a whole?
Ain't nobody gonna have a full military just of women.
Yeah, I'd have it.
It won't be no babies.
Yes, it will, cause they be out there on the field doing their thing.
They'll be dead.
Human nature happens.
They'll be dead.
War and all of that.
Pregnant women in the military. Come on. But
Them are the evilest ones when they get pregnant.
What you got, Noah? You got anything else, Noah?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes,
now.
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah.
Let me see. Give me a second. You have that talking about the Chinese products being sold at Whole Foods as organic.
Oh.
You didn't talk about that, right?
I did see that. Whole Foods fake organic food.
Like China. They have these yeah. But I don't know why they're saying they fake. Like they do carry products from China that's labeled organic, but I don't know why they're saying they're fake. I think they're just considering it fake because it's from China. But I don't think that logic really holds. America's not the only country that has organic food.
Yeah.
No, some shit is even more organic in China. I was like 2 weeks ago. I was representing a client that had a lawsuit against a Chinese company. It was a deal for like the export of pork, and China wasn't accepting any of the pork from America because Americans feed their pork ractopamine, which is illegal in China and like 8 other countries, the entire European Union, and they wasn't accepting any products from America because America feeds all their pigs ractopamine, and that makes their pigs have lesions and tumors, and there's no proof that it's safe for human consumption. So they don't even take our shit. I don't know why we got this idea that America's the #1 organic shit. The FDA is a joke.
Nah, even our stuff is fake. It's not really organic.
It's the European Union has the best regulations when it comes to agriculture and organic shit. The European Union has way better
I think Russia is doing their thing right now. Really. On the food tip. They don't have no farm raised stuff like what you call it, the GMO and all that. They're not dealing with any of that.
But they don't got any transparency.
But those same people, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, that
they be lying.
Yeah, they lie to increase their wealth. It's like they said, drink homogenized milk. Well, cow milk was never designed for human consumption. It was designed for the calves of the cows to drink.
Yeah.
It has no nutritional value. Talking about to make your bones strong.
Yeah, the FDA has discredited itself a billion times, from the whole sugar shit to when they started going on against butter for a little bit, the saturated fats era, the sugar, every era. It depends on who has the most money what product they decide to attack. Like, it's
basically
crazy. Yeah. And that rectopamine shit, like it's been public knowledge that that's what the pork is eating and that it could make humans sick. And it was put up to a vote 3 times and it keeps failing the vote because of the funding from what is it called? Smith. I forgot the name of the pork.
Hey, that Trump coin went back down to $25.
Hey,
What did it peak at?
did y'all discuss them releasing
My
the?
bad. Nah, that was something. That's something else. That's something else.
Did you talk about the release of the secret documents about JFK and Martin
We spoke
Luther
about
King?
that. Yeah, we spoke about that earlier.
Did you speak about the conservatorship of Wendy Williams?
I
Nah,
missed that.
that's crazy.
That shit is wild.
That's crazy.
I
That's crazy. I
cannot
don't even
believe
see.
it.
That's crazy, bro.
It's
She's
wild.
in a luxury jail.
Wendy Williams, what they doing to her? They got her in this guardianship, and this is like the most fucked up exercise of a guardianship. You know who the guardianship was triggered by? Like who actually wanted this to happen?
Who?
Wells Fargo Bank. Like it was a
Oh yeah,
bank.
yeah. It was.
It was a bank that literally made this petition and took Wendy Williams to court and said Wendy Williams cannot handle her finances because she out her mind, and they need to assign a guardian. And now she's not in
She
control of
should
her
have
money
took
anymore.
all her money. I don't mess with Wells Fargo, Chase, or Bank of America ever again. She should have had
Yeah, it's
Navy
crazy.
Federal
She should have had her money under the bed.
or Penn Fed. Yeah, she should. Damn, man. Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
got her, man. That shit's sad. You watched that joint on the Breakfast Club, Will? You gotta watch that interview with Wendy Williams on that Breakfast Club, bro. That is crazy, man. She's literally like, it's a lady, man. She can't.
And-
She's not crazy. It's
She's
them
not
people.
crazy.
They got on medication and stuff, but she has a what is called, Nora, again?
It's like a conservatorship of estate or a
conservatorship.
legal guardianship.
Yeah, the bank basically the
Froze
judge,
everything.
the courts assigned her somebody to like watch over her, like she's senile or dementia or something.
Yeah, they had.
Not
they
even
had
to watch
Britney
over her,
Spears
to
on that for
control
years
all her
now.
bank accounts. Like,
Oh, they
they're not
had
even
Britney Spears
overseeing
on
it.
that too?
Britney Spears been on
Yeah,
that
but
shit like the
Britney
last
Spears,
10
her
years.
father did it.
Yeah, her father, her ex.
Yeah, that's some terrible stuff. My mama is going through that right now.
It's
Man.
horrific. Like the fact that exists in
My mama
America
is
is
suffering
horrifying.
from
But it's wild that a
dementia
bank
and
can do it. I thought
That's
Alzheimer's.
folks had to
crazy
do
that a
it.
bank could do it. That's crazy, bro.
Anybody could do it. Your doctor could do it. Your
I
therapist
can
could do
understand
it.
a doctor
Anybody.
doing
That
it.
makes sense.
I can
No,
understand
it
a
doesn't.
Whoever get the POA, which is called a power of attorney, they
Yeah.
take censorship guidance over that person's finances and everything it is about them.
I can understand a doctor or a family member doing it. I can't
A
understand the
doctor,
bank
an
doing it.
attorney, a bank,
I can't
any.
understand a bank and an
He
attorney
doesn't.
and all that. Nah.
If Wendy Williams don't have like family members that'll step up, yeah, they'll take
She got
control of
plenty
that.
of family members, man. She got family members. She trying to go see her father now that turning 90 something birthday in
Yeah.
Florida now. She can't even
Yeah,
go. Her niece and them holding her. She got a son. She got a son that's like
Even
20
family, like how do
So
you
she
like
has
how many
family.
stories have you heard about fucked up family taking advantage of somebody that got money in the family?
The
Like
bank
why do we
did
trust
that. That's crazy.
how
Because
can
she
we
got all
trust
that
any
money
of
in
it?
that bank. They just want
Because they talk about her financial expenditure was like when you're that rich, does your financial expenditure really ever make sense? Like what was she
I
buying? A
never
boat?
heard nobody that happening
She
to
within
no
her
one
rights
else.
to buy anything
She
she
not
wants.
even
She's that rich
She
that it
not
doesn't
even
even
that
matter.
rich. They say she worth like $5 million. That ain't shit.
Even
I
if you
never.
got $5 million, you might spend money crazy. Like that doesn't
Yeah,
mean you
she
out your
can't be
mind
like
if
no
you're spending money.
$200 million person.
Yeah.
$400 million Kevin Hart worth 400. So I don't think Wendy is.
No, I say she worth $5 million on Google. So it's probably about 7.
Damn.
At either rate, when they go through the censorship, whatever they call it, the power of attorneys and whoever take guidance over her finances and everything about her life, you have to have two of them. I think you have to have power of attorney and censorship, and you got to get it through the court, or you got to get 2 doctors notices saying that person is incapacitated to control themselves. Because that's what we're going through with my mama right now. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But once she's unable to manage herself, somebody got to do it. And if her family doesn't
Yeah,
step
but
up
Wendy
and
Wood.
get
No. Your story is that your mom's is what? How old your mom's is 100?
99,
Your mom's 99, dog. Y'all,
Yeah.
that's her family doing. Y'all her kids.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
a power
kids
of attorney
are
and a
doing
living
it.
will.
Wendy
That's what
Williams
Wendy.
ain't nothing wrong with Wendy Williams. The
That's what she was
bank did
saying.
that shit.
Everybody's 90. Everybody's 90 where she's at. She's the only one
But
who's younger than her.
so who got her in the hospital making her take
She's
medicine?
not in no hospital. She's in a luxury jail. She's in a condominium with rich old people at. And they not
So
letting her
who?
out. They got security. It's crazy. You gotta watch. Go to the
That's
Breakfast
what I'm
Club.
saying. But who got her in there? The state.
The bank, Wells
Wells
Fargo.
Fargo Bank.
Wow,
Yep.
that's crazy. Her
Because
family's supposed to step up and take control of that.
I don't know, bro. What happened? But her niece and everybody is there. I mean, going to see her.
Because for the bank to take control of her, that's a conflict of interest. Is there, she got her money in their bank, and if they take control of that money, then that's conflict of interest.
They got control of that money. They got control of everything. She came and received phone calls, bro. You gotta watch the interview. Watch the interview on the Breakfast Club. Watch that Wendy Williams interview. She can't even receive phone calls. If somebody call her phone number, it goes to the Guardian. She can't even receive phone calls.
Well, see, that's where the family's supposed to come in and fight that guardianship in court.
I mean, they probably going through it now. They probably doing it now, but it's gonna take time. The court already
It's too late.
solidified it.
She
Yeah,
the only one got the money to fight, and they already got the money tied up.
yeah. The court already solidified it. So it is what it is.
and the Guardian is some attorney.
They'll get
It's not a
her.
problem.
They'll get it together eventually.
Mom
Now
said
that
the
it's
family
Yeah,
trying.
they're gonna spend
the
all that money
family
up on
trying.
attorney
She
fees.
the only one got bread, so they don't even go so far.
The whole thing about it, they're gonna use it all up in attorney fees,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, Wendy Williams is the one that's gonna come out losing because they're gonna absorb her money either way it go.
I'm about to say, even if the bank keep it or if the family get it, the shit gone.
The system just doesn't make sense in general. Why are in a world that's so governed by money, why are we expecting anybody to really manage another person's assets in their best interests when you're already saying that this person can be taken advantage of, so this is why we're doing it, and then you're giving somebody the exact tools they need to take advantage of that person. It doesn't make any sense. And there's no oversight of it, even if you want to do that, because some people need it because they really have like dementia or they're really old, but it's not overseen by anybody. Like the oversight in America is really horrific. Nobody's checking what this person is doing. If
What's
it's
the name?
family, there's even less oversight. Nobody gives
I
a fuck
care
what
a
the
lot.
family is doing with their family members' money, but it's still not fair. We can't just trust people's families because they're supposed to act in the person's best
Did you
interest.
see
It's
the
not
interview,
over.
Nora?
Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
yeah, it's horrible.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what was. I couldn't believe it. I
Yo,
was like,
Mom's
man,
right. She said it's a new sheriff in town. Her family need to reach out to Trump.
you know what? That's where I would start.
That's real.
That's
shit.
where I would start.
She made it to the Breakfast Club, so that was a cry for
Man,
help.
that's where I would start, bro. And I'm willing to bet Trump would get up out that shit, man. Word up. Trump would get up out of there, man.
They know some of the same people.
Real talk. Trump would get up, and that's federal. They'll override that shit.
Her family started a GoFundMe for her, talking about she has $15 to her name now.
Yeah, she said that. She said that herself. I got $15. She got all types of Hermes bags and Chanel bags in there, worth $5,000 and $10,000, but she got $15 to her name. Yeah, it was sad, and it's so crazy. I thought she was burnt out too until I watched that interview. I said, "Nah, Wendy ain't crazy. She a little, but
She just disappeared. No, nobody knew what happened to her.
Yeah, come on. She's going through a lot. She's older. She went through a lot. I gotta blame her husband too, man. I blame her husband for that, man. That was cold. That was cold, man. The way he did her, that was cold, man. And I wouldn't let her end up in no place like that, man. My ex-wife and all, I wouldn't let them do that to my ex-wife. Hell no, man. Hell no. That's too much of like a system. Like, nah, I ain't gonna let y'all do her like that. Hell no. Yeah, I ain't feeling that at all.
BJ, what matters more, a president who never served in the military but is very successful in business, or who served in the military but has never been in charge of a multi-million-dollar budget?
I think I like the president that's about the business. I think
Yeah, your answer.
I think I like the president that's about the business more.
So it's all about the money and not about the country.
Well, if you're about the money, if you're about making the economy great, yeah, it's about the country.
How's the economy gonna get great if you ain't got no country to be great with?
As far as what? What you mean?
Let me tell you another thing that has been uh, interviewed about. Those countries that Trump is talking about sending them people back, they're talking about cutting military ties with them, meaning that America got to get their military troops out of Central America, which leaves it open for Russia or China to move their military bases in spot down there near the Panama Canal Zone, which means we got the enemy right on our footsteps.
That doesn't. That
You
so
send them
what?
Guatemalans back to their country, they're gonna send you. They're gonna tell you to shut your military down and get about their country.
No, they not, man. No, they not.
Okay,
No, they not.
I'm just telling you what they said.
We still got the baddest Navy and the baddest Air Force, man.
But you can't be in somebody's land if they tell you they don't want you there.
Man, who telling America? How many U.S. embassies is it in the world, man? Stop it, man. We all over, man. America is in everybody land, man. Stop it, except for North Korea.
But BJ, the bargaining power that they get in these countries also depends on them making certain concessions. Like for example, in Jordan, they have military bases in Jordan, they have embassies, they have everything, but they signed a 10 year, like a 30-year deal of no tariffs at all, and they let like it goes both ways. Like even if we have less bargaining power, you still have to give these other countries something. America's power in itself, like
That's fine. I understand
but
that. Ain't nobody doing
Trump seems
something
to
for
be
nothing.
just taking, or at least that's what he says he's doing. He just acts like he's throwing all these people back to their countries. He's not doing nothing for them, and that they just gonna serve America because they have to. Like that's not how it's
No,
ever
those
worked.
are two different
They've
things.
always
He
given
ain't
us
say
things
that.
back. Jordan
No,
got a lot.
those are two different things. He said these people have been taking advantage of America. We have been protecting a lot of these countries. A lot of these countries owe us. That's what he's saying. He said we make like Kuwait, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and all that. We make it comfortable for them to enjoy all them billions of dollars they have, and we're the reason why they're able to even sell oil. So yes, we need to get
I don't think
compensated for
so.
that. We need to get compensated for their security. It's security. That's all. America is security. They the big dogs. Y'all know that. They the big dogs. Security, extortion, whatever y'all want to
No,
call
they
it.
are the biggest terrorists in the world.
That could be true, but it is what it is. We live here. We can't. Why are we complaining about what we got going on?
Cause
I'd
wrong
rather
is
be
wrong.
I'd rather be on the winning team. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be on the winning team. And
BJ,
I ain't worried about ain't nobody America not worried about Russia being in a back door and all that. Russia been in the back. Russia was in Cuba. You could throw a rock from Florida to Cuba.
Yeah, but they don't want them down in Central America. We've been down there since the building of the Panama Canal Zone.
Russia could sit wherever they just had some planes or blimps or something in America, flying over Alaska or Australia and all that. So, man, them people could do whatever they want to do,
And
man,
they
as
was
long
in
as
a
they don't
big
violate.
uproar about that
As
shit.
long as Russia don't violate, we gonna demonstrate. That's it.
the Gulf countries give America better prices on oil and gas than they give Jordan. Almost 50% of America's oil and gas comes from the Gulf of Mexico and the Persian Gulf. It's not like they was ever doing shit for free for us. They were never just trying to protect other countries for the fuck of protecting other countries, because that's not
But
business
but
No,
smart.
we
every
don't.
They
We
were getting
yeah, we
something.
not. No, we don't. We not doing nothing for free. No.
Yeah, so I'm saying your gas prices, your oil prices, nobody even taking advantage of America. Trump just paints this narrative of all these countries is taking advantage of us. We got to do this. Everything that America has done in other countries, they've been like reimbursed in an even, if not more than even way. Like America has never done shit for free. America has not helped another country for the fuck of helping
Nobody's
another
doing
country.
nothing for free.
Yeah, so no, so
And
America was
guess
not
what?
getting taken
Guess
advantage
what?
of.
If America comes out of Jordan, Russia will be over there doing the same thing. China will be over there doing the same thing. It don't matter.
Yeah, but that's because Jordan is very resource poor. Jordan has literally no water. We rely on other countries to drink water.
It
Other
don't matter
that,
why it's for. It's gonna happen. If it ain't America, it'll be another country.
But the
Okay.
reason that America is down there in Central America, Nicaragua, Managua, and those areas is because
Where is
that's the
that
central.
cocaine?
No, well, that's the central location where the Panama Canal Zone is, where all of those major freight can come from the Pacific Ocean through to the Atlantic without having to go all the way around that whole continent. So
Okay.
having a base there, you have access to the Western and the Eastern Hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? So if he implement that plan and send those people back that come from that country and they break military ties with them, that gives
Man, you keep talking
work.
about these people they sending back and all that, man. First of all, them people gotta walk back to Venezuela and wherever you talk, but they gotta walk back, man. Don't nobody care about them people he's sending back, man. What are you talking
The
about?
governments do. The
They not gonna
government,
affect nothing, man. They ain't gonna do nothing. They gonna go back where they from and live on the street, man. That's it. Or join the little military if they want to join the military. If they
I'm
take
just
them,
saying,
that's
with
it,
the
man.
interview that they gave
They gotta
on
make
that,
it back to their country.
on the interview that other country's president said,
Which country?
down there in Central America, Managua, Nicaragua is one of them countries where they got military, American military bases. If they send the those immigrants from their country back to their country, then they gonna break diplomatic ties with America, and they have to close down them bases in Central America.
I bet they
We not
don't.
talking about the people, fuck
I
the
bet
people.
they don't, Kurt.
Well, that'll be a bet you may lose if they send them. I guess
Bet 100 push-ups
on call.
on call. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
we can bet on that.
I
Because
bet they
everybody
don't.
ain't in support of
I
what Donald Trump is
I bet
saying.
they don't. You talk about some little third world country gonna
I
tell
don't think
America
that he's
what
going to be able to ship no million
what they
people.
can and can't do. You think some little third world country gonna tell America what they can and can't do? Stop it.
On their land, yeah.
Nah,
Unless
Kurt,
they going to
man.
invade Central America as a country, which they can't,
You talking
to
about a
keep their
country that
diplomatic
all right, what country you
relations
talking
with
about?
that country,
Nicaragua? What
I
is this?
guarantee you, they might send them back to Mexico, but they're not going to send them back to like those countries they got the military bases in.
Who care? I'm not paying for them to get back. They gotta walk back, just like they walked here. What are you talking about?
We're not talking about the people. We're talking about the government that stated if you send those people back to our country, then their government is going to break diplomatic ties. The people ain't got no diplomatic ties or no military ties with America.
Nicaragua remains the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. What are we talking about, man?
It has nothing to do with the fact that America
What are we
has
talking?
their
What are we
bases
talking
there,
about, man?
and they can.
You talking about the second poorest country in America?
If they
I
tell
mean, in
America,
the world, in the Western Hemisphere.
and you think, and you think that America can go and take the Panama Canal Zone back?
Yeah, if they wanted to, America can do whatever they want.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they've been doing it forever.
They ain't been doing it. They had it for X amount of time after they built it,
Well, not forever,
and
but I mean, ever since America was established, they've been doing it.
no, ever since the Spanish American War, when they built the Panama Canal Zone and cut that swat through the land, so that ships can get from one hemisphere to the next.
If America doesn't want to portray to the world that they're just these bullies that we know they are, but who's gonna stop America if America said went over there to take the Panama Canal? Who's gonna stop them? Who?
That's when you
Panama?
start talking about world war.
Okay, we done had two of those.
We had two of those,
We done had two of those already. So
and nothing has ever happened on American land. That's why they want to keep their military bases stationed down there in Central America. But if that government tell you you got to close that military base down, you're gonna have to pack them up and head back north.
Well, we bet on it already, so you know what I mean. How long we gotta wait on this? Cause we about to get up out
I'm
of here. We
saying,
gotta go, man.
we got to see. I don't think Trump is going to be able to ship all of those people back to their countries.
Nah, we just throwing them over the border, man. Throwing them over the fence in Mexico. Mexico got to deal with them.
You can't send no Bolivian to no Colombian to no Mexico, because that's not where they came from.
They all them niggas. One thing about it, when they came over here, it was 50 different races coming in here from Mexico. It was word up. They got over here through Mexico, that's for sure. They got
All
over
I'm
here through
saying,
Mexico. They ain't fly.
all I'm saying is he ain't gonna be able to put no million people, a whole congregation of people like that, and move, geographically a million people into Mexico, because they not ain't can't sustain them. So
So
they're
where they
gonna have
taking
to
them at?
have they're gonna have to have a way to ship them if they're illegal immigrants from like Managua and Nicaragua. You have to have a way to get them there. That's why they saying it's gonna take massive amount of money. Where they gonna get it from? Congress ain't gonna give it to them. Not a Republican Congress. Them is a
If
stingy
I was the
motherfucker.
president, I'll drop all of them right over in Mexico.
And they're gonna come right back across.
Nah, cause we got the tanks on the border. We watching the border. We ain't playing. We let them come across.
Boy,
They're deporting themselves.
I don't think
I'll throw all types of alligators in that water.
he ain't gonna be able to do it. I know what he say he wanna do, but it ain't gonna happen. Now, will he ship some over? Yeah. A lot of those that's, where they can get them right back over to Mexico, Mexican immigrants, yeah. But those ones that come from Central America, like the Colombians and the Nicaraguans, he ain't gonna be able to transport them. There's no way. There's no way that those countries are gonna allow that. Because when you shift that much of a population from one country to another, it's a reason why they poor. All their people ran about that government.
I don't even see where they sending them. I was trying to see where they dropping them off at, but they getting
Okay,
them up out of here.
that's what he said.
We gonna see.
But
Bet
he
100
also
push-ups.
he
No,
he
you want to bet
al-
100 push-ups too, no?
wait. He also said this, that he wasn't no cheater. He cheated on his first wife with his second wife. He cheated on his second wife with his third wife, and he cheated on his third wife with a porn star. So what he say,
Man, look at this shit, man. You did the
what
same
he
thing.
say,
You
and
on
what
your
he
third
do is
marriage,
two
man.
different
What you
things.
talking about, man? Look at this shit here. This is what I be talking about, man. How you gonna talk
What?
about that, man? You on your fourth marriage. Get out of here, man. You did the same thing.
I'm on my what?
Your fourth marriage.
But I didn't cheat on my wife.
That's
I
pretty
dropped
hard.
one. I dropped one and went and got another.
Y'all just be dragging this man about everything. So what,
BJ, you
man?
just look for the wrong qualities in a president. It's not about
So
if you have a
what?
lot of business acumen and you can make your own business successful. That's not the same skill for you to run a multi-million-dollar budget. What proof has Trump ever given us in his life or career or education to know for us to believe that he knows about economics, that he knows about public health, that he knows about public education? Well, that knowledge is missing. He knows how to run a business.
He don't
That's it.
he
That's
don't
not what
have to
running a
know
country
about
is like.
he don't have to know about health, public education, and all
He
that.
does.
You
That's what a
hire
president gotta
people
know.
that know about that. He doesn't have to. He can't run every part of the country. That's
He has to have
impossible.
some sort of experience in
No,
it, some
he
sort of
don't. He
knowledge of what
hires
it
the
takes
people
to
to
do
have
that.
that experience.
How does
He
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 know
have
hires
what
the
to
people
hire? How does
that
he
they're
know what?
paying to run that part of the country, of the
he
government.
have people that's running
He can't
that
run
part.
public health and public education
I'm not
and
saying he gotta
public
be an
this and
expert in
public that.
everything. He
What?
gotta have some experience. He gotta be in that
But,
universe. He gotta have some
but
knowledge.
What experience
BJ,
Biden had?
I didn't vote for Biden. I didn't say Biden was an
But
excellent
I'm just
president,
saying
but I
what
Biden
didn't
been in
experience
vote
he
for
had.
government.
president.
Okay,
Biden been
what experience Obama had in it?
Obama had experience in politics. Kamala had a lot of experience in the political
Public
realm.
health. You said public health and public education.
What do you mean? If
None.
you're in the political realm, you've engaged in debates about all of these issues. If you have some experience in whether in Congress as an attorney, anything in the
where was Obama at before he came to presidency?
He was just in the Senate in Chicago.
That's your answer.
He lost to the ex Black Panther dude. They ran him up out of Chicago. They ran Obama up out of Chicago. They ran Obama up out of Chicago. He lost to the ex Black Panther dude. Then Obama started hanging around Bush and Clinton with the Hurricane Katrina joint. And then he became president. He became president out the blue. He lost his last election in Chicago. He wasn't nothing. He was freelancing, running around with Bush and Clinton.
I think you all base. You got to do some. I got to search that because if I'm not mistaken, he dropped his Senate bid and started running for president.
When
Obama ran for president, yeah, look that up. He was in the Senate. He was in the Senate in Chicago, Illinois.
BJ, we all saw how Kamala wiped the floor with Trump in the debate and did way better than him and sounded way more like a human. And she was the fact that somebody could do so better than their opponent in a debate and then still lose the election just shows that the American population looks for the wrong traits in a president today.
Everybody keeps saying he's a businessman. Every business he's ever been attached to failed. Chapter 13. He didn't run anything successfully. The money his father left him, he blew it. Everything he does, he failed at it. How can you run a government talking about you ran a great business when every business he ran was a failure?
Because people measure success by the amount of money you got in your pocket right now. And Trump has money right now, even if he filed for bankruptcy 15 times. When he filed for bankruptcy, he was advised. What you saying?
Follow that money to Russia. See, that money was coming from somewhere else. But that's not his money. That's his donors' money. Trump been in how many Chapter 13s bankruptcy? Because of none of his business produced nothing.
He's a billionaire right now, so none of that matters.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But that doesn't mean that you ran a successful business. A successful business does not mean multiple Chapter 13 bankruptcies. And he made money off of all these bankruptcies. The reason he was filing these bankruptcies is because his attorneys was telling them, file these bankruptcies. This is the best way to avoid this tax. This is the best way to put your money there. He was always transferring money between businesses. Every time he filed bankruptcy, he had another company open. It was always strategic decisions from his attorneys to make more money. And that's why he still has money. He would have went broke if he wasn't doing all that shit. But it's like, that's not how you measure a successful businessman, and that's not how you measure a successful business. Just because you still got money in your pocket doesn't mean you did it through being a good businessman.
He got it through being a goddamn crook.
Yeah, being a crook and having a team of attorneys all the time, always having enough money. He was born into money. He always had enough money to have a team of attorneys advising him what to do at every step. Every single Chapter 13 bankruptcy, he didn't initiate. He didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm gonna file bankruptcy, I went broke. Somebody advised him to do that, and he could have stayed. Like, it was just, he's privileged. He always had money, and that's why he still got money.
And he been
it was Bobby Rush. He lost to Bobby Rush, and they got him up out of there, and they gave him a seat in the Senate. They ran him up out of Chicago. They gave him that seat.
But what does that mean, BJ? What's the implication
to get him prepared for the presidency, man?
Does that make him unfit to be president?
He was selected. Huh? No, I'm not saying
Donald
that.
Trump,
I'm just saying. You were saying
Donald Trump. All of them were selected. Donald Trump was selected.
Nah, no, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was selected this time. Well, he was selected the first time too by the people. He was selected this time by the people too. But Josh.
No, he was selected.
They sure thought Hillary had that in the bag.
He got selected by the Electoral College, not by the people, because he lost by over 4 million.
They sure thought Hillary had that in the bag. Yeah,
I didn't. I thought Kamala had that in the bag.
I mean that literally. But nah. That's
That's the crooked part of government, though.
Y'all think y'all act like okay, Trump is big racist, right, and all that. He's the only president that's not related to no slave masters.
How you know that? How you get that?
Because he's from Germany. He was related to Hitler, probably.
Who's Trump's ancestors?
You can look it up.
There was just good white people.
He not. All the presidents are related except for Trump.
Obama's related to
Bush.
slave owners.
Obama and Bush is like fifth cousins. They all got the same great grandfather. All of them related except for Trump. All of them come from slave masters except for Trump.
Kurt was right. He related to Hitler. It's a lot better.
I don't even believe that.
German immigrants and Scottish immigrants.
I don't believe that. I don't believe he related to Hitler. That y'all just throwing anything out there.
No, I'm telling you, I'm researching it. I ain't throwing shit out there.
I'm gonna look it up too.
German and Scottish. Let's see. Let's see how far this goes. Oh, he tied to the British royal family. Great. That's the worst family to be tied to. Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom. The origins of colonialism, the British Empire. Yeah, those were great. You should read about some of what they was doing.
I don't care about it. Listen,
they
man,
were killing their
own.
own.
What it is. I don't care
they killed their own.
I don't care about them.
Oh my God! Now this family tree is horrific.
The Haitians kicked their ass.
You can't see it. I'll send it to you.
The Haitians kicked their ass.
That's crazy. I feel like he wrote this shit up. It's got so many royals in it. I feel like he descended some king. Yeah, that's crazy.
And Donald Trump is about as illiterate as it comes. They looked up his college score. He bought his college scores.
He bought his college. Oh, all right, I'm out, man. All right, man. We'll catch you. Y'all want my
Donald
push-ups,
Trump
man?
has never been an intelligent individual, though.
I want my push-ups, Kurt.
What's the push-ups for? What's the bet? What's the push-up bet for?
The day that he hit that million, the day that he hit that $1 million people, I mean the million people out of this country is the day I'll give you your push-ups.
Oh,
he said Nicaragua is gonna tell America.
I'm not saying wait. I'm not saying Nicaragua. I'm saying that it's one of those governments in Central America saying that if he send those people, those immigrants to their country, they will break military ties with America and they will have to close down the military.
We don't know how they get in there, but they gonna get there. Okay.
Okay.
We don't know how they gonna get there, but they gonna.
I guarantee you, he ain't gonna get no million people in no 4 years across the border. It ain't gonna happen.
You want to bet that too?
That's what the whole bet is about.
Somebody said Trump was the only American president to bring peace between Korea and Russia, our biggest so-called enemies.
That's a fact.
We go with Russia?
That's a fact.
He just went to visit Putin. I don't think he made shit go with them.
He definitely went to North Korea. First president.
There ain't no peace with North Korea. He keeps going places and sitting with people. So what?
First president to ever step foot in North Korea.
And what he did there? I'm glad he came back. What he did there?
You a hater, man.
What he did there?
And this is the only man that could bring. This is the only man that could bring peace to your country. This is the only man that could bring peace to your country, and you sitting here hating on him like that. You need to go sit down and talk to him. That's what you need to do.
Country. Why would I talk to him? He talks about my people like the animals. Why would I talk to him? What am I gonna get out of it? When has he ever listened to an Arab?
Don't talk to him. Never mind. Don't talk to him. I'm gonna let him
know. If I could, I would just ask a few questions.
When I go talk to him, I'm gonna let him know how you feel about him too.
You gonna let him know?
Yeah.
All right. Ask him to free Palestine. Tell me what he says.
Word up, because this is ridiculous.
He talks about the dead in Palestine like they're a herd of cattle.
It don't matter, man.
Not one leader. Even Biden has a little more couth when he talks about dead people.
Biden sent Israel $800 billion against your people. Biden
and Trump sent $800 billion.
Look at this. Check this out, Kurt. Look how crazy this is. She talks better about Biden than Trump.
They both speak shit.
Biden sent, but you speak.
Trump spent the same amount of money.
You speak better. You speak better about Biden than Trump, but Biden sent Israel 800
No,
billion.
no.
Biden sent Israel 800 billion so they could bomb your people, and Trump done.
And Trump set the groundwork for that. Trump sent the same amount, but Trump also
done
gave them my
paused the
city.
shit and got some hostages released, and you hate him.
Because wait and see, BJ, like we've been through this
What
before.
You
hostages?
hate Trump.
I've
What
seen it.
hostages? Wait, what hostages?
Trump done put a timeout over there. They on timeout.
Yes, we got 2,000 prisoners that they don't call the hostages that they had from Palestine. We got them back. They're coming back. A lot of women, a lot of kids. It's been
And
great.
Donald Trump didn't do that.
Biden didn't do that. They didn't come back while Biden was in office. They didn't come back while Biden was in office.
It was agreed to when Biden was in office.
No, it wasn't. They should have came back while Biden was in office. They wasn't agreed to nothing because Biden kept giving Israel billions and billions of dollars. He just gave them another
Trump
200
is
billion
giving the
before
same
he
amount.
left. Last
Trump
month,
is
2
giving
months
the
ago.
same amount.
He just gave them another 200 billion a month ago. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping.
Wait, that sounds like you trying to double dip. You saying that
We gotta get out of here, y'all.
Look,
Go ahead.
Biden brought the people out of Afghanistan, but Trump signed for it.
We not talking about Afghanistan, man. What's that?
Okay, with this Hamas thing, Biden and all of those other countries came together and made the agreement. It just didn't take an effect until right before Trump got
I
it
don't
on.
keep hearing that. I don't.
BJ.
He should have made it take effect. I don't want to keep hearing these things about
BJ.
Biden did this and Biden did that, and it didn't take effect until Trump got in. I don't want to
I
hear
don't
that. He
give a
should have
fuck.
made it. Go ahead,
Forget
Lord.
about that. That don't make sense, BJ. All you need to see is the Congress website. The Congress website, U.S. foreign aid to Israel. For 2021, the Trump administration requested 3.3 billion with a B, with a capital B, in FMF for Israel and 500 million in missile defense aid to mark the second year of his presidency. What's it called? That was 3.3 billion. FMF is foreign military financing. So he gave 3.3 billion with a B to one country in 2021. And you talk about Biden's how much? 800 million?
No, I said billion.
You said it's not 800. No, 800 billion. It's a 800
It's
million.
way more than Trump sent.
It's not more than Trump said. Compare the numbers. It's not more than Trump said. How much did? They're both horrendous amounts. We're talking billions of dollars with a B. Like the fact that's why I'm telling you, I just don't care. All of them have done the same amount of damage in different ways.
They
I see one for 24 billion.
Are we really comparing like these amounts to each other?
Yes, we
Do
are.
not understand the amount of wreckage that $1 billion could cause. If we're already in the B level, it doesn't fucking matter beyond that. That's already enough money to obliterate Palestine.
You talking about two wings of the same bird, though.
Biden administration notifies Congress of planned 8 billion with a B weapons sale to Israel. This was January 4th, 2025. What up, Zah?
All right, we talking sale right now, right? Sale. America's getting money out of that. We were talking foreign military aid is just pouring money at you, just throwing money at you.
Hold on,
America
Nora.
sells weapons to every country.
President Joe Biden has signed into law a 94 billion with a B foreign funding bill that includes military aid to Israel.
Yeah, but that don't all go to Israel, just part of that.
I'm gonna keep going.
A lot of that is going to Ukraine.
Yeah, that was a package for Ukraine. I put some sauce on that. I put a little sauce on that. U.S. military aid for Israel topped 17.9 billion since last October 7th. This was 2024.
Okay, now read Trump.
This is 2000. She already read Trump. $3 billion.
If you just ask ChatGPT how much money has the United States given Israel per year since Israel's inception, every year it's been at least 2 billion. So I don't want to talk about whether it's 2.4 billion or 3.4 billion. I don't give a fuck. It's more than $1 billion. That's enough to obliterate
We're still talking about two wings of the same bird.
No. What have you seen this past year, man? Come on. Why are you going back to 2021? What have you seen in 2024?
BJ, I've seen this my whole life, and my whole parents' life, and my whole grandparents'
No.
life.
All right, but
I've
I'm
seen
talking about
this.
what have you seen in 2024 go to Israel?
The same fucking bullshit that I've seen my whole life. That's what I'm telling you. The Biden administration was I just hate when it's people act like that's a major criticism of Biden. That's a major criticism of America. It's been this way our whole lives. Nothing different, like nothing crazy happened. The only thing crazy about it was that it became a huge thing in the world and everybody began to know about it and protests started and all that shit. But it's this roughly the same amounts of money. It's always been billions. It's always been people dying. It's always been bombs blowing up. It's always been kids dying. This was not astounding or new or Biden or
I
unique
gotta
to
find
Biden.
I gotta find a new foreign aid because you don't even want to sit down and talk to Trump. So
I would talk to him. I would
it
talk
don't
to
even
him. I just
matter.
don't want
It don't even matter what you say.
I'm
'cause
not
you
gonna
won't
talk
even
to
sit
him.
down and talk to
shit.
him.
I'm gonna
You
talk
won't
to
even
him.
sit down and talk to the man.
I would if I had the opportunity. I would. I would, but
Okay,
I'm not. I'm
okay.
not gonna do that to ask him to free Palestine because I'm not a blistering idiot. I've seen what he says about it.
No, you don't go to ask him to free Palestine. You ask him something else. You ask him what's going on. Like what can we do? What do you need us to do? What are you doing?
I
What
think
are
you'll
you
give me
doing,
the
Mr.
same answer
President,
that you
to
always
help
give
my
me.
people?
You're gonna tell me I
Mr.
care about
President,
my
what are you
circle
doing
and my
to help my
circle.
Palestinian people? How many more kids have to die, Mr. President?
You think no journalist has ever asked him that? Because I'll find you
I'm
the
talking
interview
about
right
you.
after.
I'm
All
talking
right, but I'll
about
find
you.
you what his
You
answer
might
is.
be better than the journalist.
I don't think it depends on who asking the question. I think the question
Nah,
is the question
man.
and his
I
answer is
think
the answer.
them journalists be ugly, man. He might need a pretty face in front of him talking about. You know,
You think
Trump
Trump changed his mind?
likes seeing attractive women. You got to go up there and talk to him. Trump likes
Yeah,
seeing
maybe
attractive women.
he'll in
I don't know that woman they say he sexually molested. She don't look real
Oh
attractive.
my God, bro.
I was
Where you
about to say
coming
maybe
from
he
with
grabbed
this?
me by the.
What's up with you, Kurt?
I don't know. I'm not gonna do the meeting alone, BJ. You gotta be in the room. I'm
I
scared.
dislike people that dislike me.
Huh?
Trump don't like nobody like me.
And
I'm
Trump,
like I'm like the kids in Central Park. He's still calling for them to be put to death, and they've been found innocent, but they had to spend how many decades in prison?
That ain't his fault.
Then he should have kept his mouth shut.
He don't have to keep his mouth shut. He could speak on anything like you could speak on anything. He don't have to
Okay,
keep his mouth shut.
BJ,
That
what you
wasn't
think
his
about
fault.
his?
Them boys ain't go to prison because of Trump.
He was doing his most to make sure that they go to prison
So
and get
what? It
killed.
don't matter. Them
He didn't
boys
want them
went to
prison and
prison.
get killed.
First of all, one of them kids went to prison for confessing to doing some shit he didn't even do because his father told him to. That's who y'all should be blaming. Blame his
they
dad.
intended,
I'm never
they
gonna tell my son just tell them people you did
You
it.
watched the documentary, BJ, the Central Park documentary?
No, I ain't watched that bullshit. I ain't
You
wanna
should
watch
watch
that
it.
shit.
You should
I
watch
don't know
it.
nothing about it. I ain't watch it. I ain't want
You
to
should
watch
watch
five
it. You
niggas
should
go
watch
to
it because
prison
the
for
way they
something
had
they
them in the
didn't do.
interrogation room. If they had your son like that in the interrogation room and he was being treated like shit and beat up and forced to say something and he was 13 years old or 14, I think the youngest one was 13. If he was in that conditions and he was going out and just you would tell your son to do anything to get out that situation. You could. Like it's not like my modern day interrogation, and it
Listen,
probably still
man.
takes place today. But
Stand tall, man. We ain't confess. Nah, my son ain't do that. He gonna take his licks. That's all. Whatever's happening back there is gonna happen back there. Straight
Because
up.
I don't know if my son came to me and tell me he ain't do it, and I'm still telling him to say he did it. That's insane.
Come
You
on.
don't think so though?
Come on. They did the
it
same
isn't.
thing to me. They did the same thing to me trying to figure out who my co-defendant was.
you a different animal, BJ. Come on now. We
I
can't
ain't telling
compare
who my
you to
co-defendant
13
was.
years old. We can't compare you to 13 years old like we compare these, probably uneducated 13-year-olds that was in Central Park at the
Them
time.
niggas was
They
in.
were
They
telling
didn't
all
do
of them that there's evidence against them. They were telling all of them that your friend ratted against you. All these people said you did it. Everybody saw
Hey,
you. There's evidence of you doing it. You tell a kid shit like
I,
that. You can make a kid question his whole reality. His whole reality. You can make a kid just say whatever.
I bet you Omar ain't telling you this one. We got picked up for a homicide. We got picked up for a homicide.
You feel
Me
me?
and you're O. And they had me in the room. They had him in the room.
See,
they came
we
with a written statement with his signature at the bottom. Talk about your brother already told us
I
everything.
know.
He already told us it was yours. You did this, da 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 da. Slid it across the table to me. Tell us your side of the story. He already told us his side of the story. I said, man, I don't know what he talking about, but I'm hungry, man. Can you take me where I need to go, please? I'm hungry. Take me where I need to go, please, man.
BJ,
Ask him.
BJ, from
Ask
the
him.
day I
He told me
from
the
the day
story.
I
I'm
met you,
always babbling about false
but,
confessions. He told me the
but
story.
BJ,
Ask him.
we not talking about you. You a different animal, bruh.
Yeah.
No,
But you can't say that that's how that is with every young black kid in America.
It's not.
and that
It's
goes to
not.
show the level of trust you had as well. Like if you talk about somebody that's, if your co-defendant wasn't Omar, if your co-defendant was somebody that you really didn't know, that well, you didn't know why he capable, or you
He
know that
ain't
he's
gonna
done it before.
admit to nothing. He ain't
It's still like
he
not
ain't
that
gonna
you
even
might admit to
admit it.
something, but that you might, or if you actually did it, if
Hey,
you actually did it,
But
and they
there's
tell you
one thing I
very
know
well.
about BJ. If they interrogate BJ, he'll forget what his name is. He'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm done. He ain't gonna admit it. But
that's
that's
a
not
fact.
how some young kids that's out here probably uneducated.
That's a
They
fact, though.
family,
That's
you
true
know,
too. And I'm
you
not even
know.
gonna put that on them at 13,
Of
14.
course.
I don't even know how old they was.
Even aware of these police tactics, like you have to have that awareness and that experience. The people, like you probably knew that
And
they
I
are
learned
capable of doing
that.
that to you.
I learned that getting my head cracked. So by
Yeah.
the time I was 19, 20, and the real stuff came, all that other stuff came, I was already seasoned. So I'm not gonna put that on a 13-year-old compared to me at 17, 18, 19. I was already seasoned. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
And
guess
see, they was probably scared. They probably promised him if you say this, you
but
going home.
But at 13, bro, even me at 13, I'm not confessing to killing this white woman, bro. And no,
You are different animals.
that was, listen, you don't even got to be a different animal. What black kid in the 80s, that was in the 80s, right,
Yeah, it is.
is going to say, yeah, I did that
Yeah.
to this white woman in Central Park?
Unheard of.
Matter of fact,
I
I'm going
can't
to take
really.
that back because
BJ, they
if
wasn't
their
letting him
parent
sleep.
is
They wasn't
telling
letting him
them,
eat.
just go ahead and confess,
Yeah,
And
and they
then
went.
that's
you
something
go
different.
home. They
BJ,
That's
they
what I
promise
said.
you
Y'all
go.
need to blame the parents. Y'all blaming Trump. Blame the parents.
the parent was saying what his
I'm
kid was
blaming
going
Trump
through.
only on this regards. If he didn't have nothing to do with it, he should have, with him having this giant megaphone where, he's a well-known name, when he speaks, then the news media hear
They
that.
was
So
already gone, bro. They
BJ,
was
you
already
talk about
going, bro.
I can say being gay is right or wrong. You can't say that calling for the murder of an innocent black man is wrong. And you talk about I can't say being gay is wrong. Like just say it's wrong.
I didn't
Say
say
it's
it
wrong
was
to call
right.
for the murder of a 16-year-old
I didn't
kid.
say, you never asked me the question.
Is it wrong? Is what Trump did to those boys wrong?
No, he didn't do nothing to them boys. he
yeah,
didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing to the boys.
if nothing else, he slandered them.
What
Has
he
they been
said?
killed?
Are you talking about what he said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
What he
slander.
said was wrong. Of course. It's still wrong. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
That's
satisfied.
easy.
But that's what he did to them.
No, he didn't do nothing to them.
He
He didn't do
increased
nothing.
the odds
It's
of getting
wrong.
murdered.
What he did to them? What
He
he did?
He
increased the
slandered.
chances
He
that they would get
slandered them.
murdered.
That
He
was after
slandered them.
that was after
He
the fact.
slandered them.
After the
Zah,
fact
you gotta speak up. Zah, you gotta speak in the mic.
is that after the fact that he knew they was innocent.
No, he didn't say they was innocent. He's still saying that they guilty and they should be put to death.
So, man, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I never heard about all of that.
I don't know
From
about all that.
the very beginning, yes. All you gotta do is
Okay,
go back
maybe
and
in the beginning, okay. Maybe in the beginning, okay. I would have said if it was reverse, Kurt. If it was 5 white boys and a black woman in Central Park, and you was rich in New York, and you watching the headlines or newspapers and news and all that, you would have said the same thing.
no, I'll say let him be judged by a jury of his peer.
I would have said the same thing.
I just researched what he says about it now.
I would have said the
You
same.
know
I
that
say
because
I say it all the time. I still
because
say it. I see
because
stuff.
if I
I say
wasn't
stuff.
there, I don't have the authority to speak on that. Because once you give that rumor some fuel, then of course you form the minds of a jury.
And he still says it was substantially true. He still stands by most of what he said, even though it's been proven wrong. Because he's also the type of person that can't say he's wrong.
I don't care what Trump said, man. Them police should be locked up. The police that
They
investigated
should
and beat the boys up and all that. Y'all should focus on them. Lock
They're
them
probably
up.
dead. I don't know. It's
Lock
not
them
that-
up.
Well,
The
I believe
prosecutor.
I
The
believe when
prosecutor.
there's unethical things going on with police and prosecutors, they should be prosecuted for false, imprisonment. I believe that. But yes, in America, you have a right to say whatever it is you want, but you don't have the right to make people respond the way you want them to respond. You know, once he put it out there in the airways that they guilty and they should be, the jury pool that those boys had was already biased because they hearing it from this so-called icon that they've seen on TV. He has defiled the whole jury pool. See, they supposed to go in there with an open mind and say, let the evidence lead them to their decision in a court of law. Instead of him speaking on
The
it,
boy
he should-
confessed to it.
I know a lot of people that confess to crimes that they didn't do because of the way that
It's very
that
common.
All right, so if you confess to a crime, you can't say let the jury and the evidence and all. You can't talk about that. They confess to it. You can't.
You
talk
can,
about that.
BJ, because we live in a world where police interrogation tactics are extremely horrific, even to kids. So if we
It
live in
don't
that
matter.
world, we can't take every confession as if it's the Bible. A confession is not like that's a person in a fucked up situation being held
If
in
my
a
life,
room,
if
no
my
window,
life is on the
24 hours,
line,
please.
if my life is on the line, they gonna have to kill me in that investigating room before I sign a piece of paper and confess to this murder. Y'all bugging. Y'all bugging. Y'all might as well kill me in this room. Y'all bugging.
Yeah, but I keep saying ain't about you. It's about some other probably uneducated, ain't streetwise, ain't none of that.
Them kids confess because the people, they parents was manipulated by whoever they was talking to.
The police or whoever. But what I'm saying, but don't damage the jury pool by speaking just because you got a lot of money. Let the jury make the decision.
There is no jury. They confessed.
There's still a jury, even if there's a confession, BJ. A confession is not.
They went to
The
trial.
confession is just part of the evidence. They had to go to trial.
They went to trial.
Yeah.
Not all of them confess. Not all of them confess. I think it was 2 of them. I don't remember, but it wasn't all of them that confessed.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know.
Well, any crime, Nora, you know that
We could
any
barely hear
crime-
you, Zah.
can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Yeah.
In any crime, if it's a 5-3-2 party and one confesses, what is that, Nora? And y'all was together as a group. If one confessed to it,
That's a
we-
fact. That's a fact. If one confess, y'all all going down. Believe that.
You all going down.
Believe that. Because he definitely gonna say him, and him was with me also.
Yeah, and I confess.
And he gonna get the less time.
right. You know how it go, Nora, in the court of law. If one of us,
That's a good point. Read that.
Everybody involved in the Central Park 5 case were Democrats. The judge, the prosecutor,
Who is
and
that,
the
man?
jurors. Why is no one saying
Oh, that's
anything about
Dawu.
that?
That's Dawu.
Because I don't think.
I forgot about that, Dawu. I forgot about that.
I don't think that's that consequential. Because I don't.
I forgot about that.
What does that mean? Like they did it because they was Democrats. That Republicans wouldn't have done that. That Republicans would have done something totally different because their beliefs.
No, we saying that to
they
say
have the same beliefs. against
y'all
us.
be acting like the Democrats is so for people and for black people and all
No,
that.
I don't think they are.
Oh, okay.
I don't think white people are for black people. I think few of them are.
All of the ones that confessed were Democrats, but let's see who the jury pool was. Were they Democrats or Republicans?
See, this why I don't get into that white black stuff, Nor, because I confessed to armed robberies. All time. I had about 8 felonies. I was 17 years old. They wasn't even supposed to question me. You know what I mean? But I confessed to it. I confessed to everything. Having a gun, crashing, all type, kidnapping, all types of stuff. I confessed to it. But it was an old white woman that saw my support team, my family, my godfather, my mother, my father, saw my support team. It was an old white woman that told the prosecutor, I'm not sending this kid to prison. And I had to go to trial because they was offering me 8 years or go to trial. So I was on my way to trial. And that old white lady said, I'm not sending this kid to prison. I got letters from his teachers, basketball coach, everybody got all types of letters here. His father's the deputy commissioner of MTA, da-da-da-da-da. This was an old white woman. And you know what the prosecutor gave her? My signed confession. He already confessed to everything, having a gun, da-da-da. He did everything, this, that, and the
But
third.
you know, signed confessions can be recanted.
And that lady said, was his lawyer present? Was his parents present? No. She ripped it up.
That confession.
That. So I don't get into that white black stuff. I get into the person.
Yeah, I just feel like when you're talking about politics, especially on a racial issue, you can't make the Democrat-Republican division more significant than the white-black division, because historically it's been more the white-black division that has caused these really discriminatory events or situations.
No, I just point that sometimes to these hardcore Democrats. It really wasn't for y'all. Sometimes you just got to point it out to these hardcore Democrats. That's all.
Yeah.
Democrats can't do no wrong to black people.
No, they can all do wrong to black people.
But I just feel like y'all put the focus on Trump, man, and it was a line long of people that did them kids dirty way before Trump. Trump didn't even have nothing to do with it. He didn't do anything.
I just think it takes an especially horrible person to just see a confession of a child that, you know, everybody knows it's a fact that these confessions with children, there's so many documentaries, so many content on the internet about how many of these confessions are coerced. It's a thing. It's a study now within the criminal justice. It's a thing. So if you know that, how are you gonna, as a citizen that just has a platform, the fact that he went out of his way to pay money out of his pocket to vouch and beg for the murder of kids, even if the kids were guilty, death penalty because one white woman, it wasn't even a serial killer. For one white woman, like, you think any Trump would have wanted a white man that killed one white lady to go to get killed? Like, that doesn't happen. We can reserve that for serial killers and the worst of the worst. He was only willing to do that because it was a black person, because he's never done that for any other person. And there's been way worse killers. There's been way worse killings. More people have died. People have been tortured. And he never went out of his way to spend money out of his pocket and be like, kill that guy. He just did that for the 13-year-old black kid.
Who was the famous person that said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere?
Nelson Mandela? I think Nelson Mandela.
They just talk. Nelson Mandela was just talking.
Let me check.
Come on, man.
Nelson Mandela just talking.
Let me fact check myself for you. Shit on Nelson Mandela.
When Jennifer Hudson people got killed and all that, Trump put her up in his hotel for free. Whole family.
No, it was Martin Luther King. I take it back.
Whole family.
You know, when there's an injustice anywhere in this world, it's an injustice everywhere, because we all take away white and black. Injustice is just what it is. It's not right. When you talk about right and wrong in regards to whether somebody is gay, you know, or straight, that's an injustice in your eyesight. Okay, that is an injustice when you call for the conviction and murder. Even if they confess, that could have been a coerced confession, because you could always recant it and say, I didn't say that. And they made me sign it, especially if it's a 12, 13-year-old kid. But even after the fact that they were eventually found, they were exonerated, they were found innocent of it, he never took back his slander of those kids.
But
that
rubbed me. He don't want to take it back. I don't care. I ain't gonna lie. He don't want to take it back. He don't want to take it back.
That makes him scum.
They didn't do time. They didn't do time because of him. They
What do you
didn't go
mean?
to
They did
prison because of
17
him.
years, 15 years. They went to prison. They
They
all went.
did time.
I
They
said
did
they
time
didn't do
because
time because of him. He's
Why?
not the reason why they went to prison.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant to. Oh.
Yeah, he's not the reason why they went to prison.
okay, let me ask you a question. Let's just do this. Me and you, we out there selling dope, right? And we get hit, we get popped. Somebody that ain't got nothing to do with it, ain't in the jury pool or something, come and talk bad about, yeah, he a dope dealer, he just sold what does he have to do with that case? First of all, that's one injustice because you put it out there in the media where the media reach millions of people that, of course, is injected into the jury pool. So, and they sometimes they say, I always tell the jury pool, don't listen to the news, don't look at TV, and they sequester them. But people hear things and they form they understand. Okay, yeah, well they signed confession. Now all of a sudden they're guilty. But you 10, 12 years later, you find out that the confession was coerced
Yeah,
and
but
they're
that's not
innocent.
that's still that's
It's still
on
wrong to speak on
that,
any case if you have that loud of a voice. It's wrong to
That's
speak on
like
any case
somebody
if your
snitching
guys
on
live there.
me. That's like somebody snitching on me and you and telling the public what they think they feel that they know or what should happen. Then I would have a raw feeling about that motherfucker. Because what the fuck he got to do with what my case got to do with?
yeah.
Anytime you have a megaphone like that, where millions of people hear, you can believe that jury pool was tainted. And already with this country in this racist mindset, and I'm talking about nationally, you know what I'm saying? He got this jury pool saying these young black boys then raped and murdered a white woman. Now all of a sudden, you got another Emmett Till. You're not going to get a fair trial. They don't care that you recanted your statement. They don't care that the evidence was compiled against those kids unfairly that didn't even match it. No DNA, nothing. None of that, nothing but them having said under intense interrogation that they did it. They could have been promised, I done seen in interrogation, well, just tell us what you know and you can go home in 20 minutes. Now all of a sudden they just signed a whole confession and they got 50 years to life. It's the police fault, but when you ain't in that mess, stay out of it.
Ain't no buts. That's it.
If
It's the
Still
you're
police
a
not,
fault,
constitutional right.
if
prosecutor
you ain't
fault, and the
if you
judge
ain't got
fault.
nothing to do with it, don't say nothing about it. Stay out of it. Let the jury or the system, how it's supposed to work, let it work under that circumstances. Now he didn't make the choices. Like he wasn't on the jury, so he didn't sentence them or find them guilty or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But he got in some business that ain't got nothing to do with him.
You just be glad he ain't know about your case. How
Boy,
about that?
I wouldn't have gave a damn because no matter what they said, my case was set in stone. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
just be happy
the
he ain't
only
know about your case.
if he had, I wouldn't like him any better because he wouldn't help me now bit. Because I went against the establishment too. I had a prosecutor that wasn't even in that district. He was St. Louis prosecutor. I was in Farmington, Missouri somewhere, which was out of the whole St. Louis area. That's where the case was. I think that the murders happened in my jurisdiction. Get your ass on. You ain't got nothing to say about it. That's like another man getting into another man's marriage. Oh, she said that he beat her up, and he should go. What you got to do with it? Shut your butt up. He has no. It's just like you saying you don't care nothing about it. He shouldn't have cared nothing about it one way or another. Let the jury make his decision, and then have something to say instead of poisoning the jury pool. It's like a woman that got custody of her kids, and all of a sudden she want to tell the kids how terrible the man was in the marriage. When
That's all right. Yeah,
them
you
kids ain't got nothing
you
to do
got your
with.
right to your opinion, man. Fuck it. It is what it is. Trump ain't
Well,
sending
you
boys to
know,
prison. I
and
know that.
that's just real. You know, other than that, Donald Trump, you know, a lot. I just can't believe that people believe his lies. Because if you show me that you're a lie, what did Ayanna Van Zandt say? When a person tell you who they are, believe him the first time. He lies all the time. So what makes what he say now so truthful that this is what he's going to do?
Just watch.
You know, if I get cool with you, and every time I talk to you, you lying about something, then I can't trust you to be a truthful individual. And I can use that in this regard. You know my history with my ex-wife. She was a thief. I blinded myself to the fact that if she steal, then one day she gonna steal from me. And that's what she did. Because that's a
That nigga
character
stupid.
flaw.
That nigga stupid, man.
When I met you from the day one, you was 100. How can I ever see you to be anything else? Because you've never been nothing but 100, right?
Right.
But if I was fucking with you and every time I talked to you, I was lying about something, verifiable lies, would you believe me when I say something?
Nah.
BJ,
That's all.
you gotta do some thinking.
I guess I got my only point that I needed to get across to you. That's one reason I don't like him, because he's not 100. He's a lying ass motherfucker. He lied too much. I don't care about him saying whatever it is on his mind, because sometimes he say some shit that sounds like
all right now, so say that, man, because you ain't say that 5 minutes ago. You cared 5 minutes ago. Now you don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I cared about what? I mean, I don't care about him speaking out, but don't be lying. Don't tell me to go drink some alcohol to get rid of coronavirus, because that shit gonna kill me.
See, he didn't say that. He didn't see you wrong. He didn't say. He said drink bleach.
He said drink bleach.
He didn't say
Bleach.
drink alcohol. See,
He said bleach.
Bleach. That's just as bad. That's even worse.
He did not say alcohol. He said bleach.
You got your facts.
He just say anything out his mouth. Yeah, he is unfiltered.
But
And
listen,
he'll
man, just have my 100 push-ups ready. Nor you need to go sit down with Trump. Talk to Trump.
How long you think it's gonna take him to send out 1 million people to the country that's gonna break ties with him?
I don't care
When you
what
think
country
he gonna
he
get
send
to
it.
that?
100. He could do that in a year. He could do that in
BJ, I'd
2025.
rather
He could get 1 million people. He could get a million illegal immigrants up out of here within a year. Easy.
Okay, so next year, next year at exactly 11:49 my time, I'm gonna expect my push-ups, because he ain't gonna get no million people out.
And all right, bet. And as soon as he hit the 1 million mark, I need my push-ups. It's gonna be on call on the podcast too.
And
Be like, yo, I need
man, I'm
25.
gonna ask you to.
I need
ask.
25 while I talk to North.
I'm gonna ask you to do one every 10 minutes. No, I might.
That's how I'm gonna do you. Thank you. That's how. Thank you.
Give me 2
That's better.
I'm gonna call you when I'm gonna call you when you in your truck. Don't be not answering the phone.
That's better. one every 10
I'm gonna call
minutes.
you. You gonna be in route talking about, hey man, I gotta get this delivery. I'm gonna say, but before you go any
I'm
further,
not answering the
pull on.
phone when you call. I'm not answering the phone, bro.
I will make you stop at the weigh-in station and do 3 push-ups.
Yo, we out, man. We've been trying to
All
leave for
right.
the past hour, man.
Hey,
That's on the closeout, man. 100 push-ups, and Nor, you gotta go talk to.
no, I'm gonna close out with this, DJ. You know I love you like a little brother.
Of course. Of course.
We gotta
Always.
Ready, brother?
have a good night.
Good night, y'all. Good night, Nor.
Bye.
I will be all that you just trust what we're feeling. Never leave, 'cause baby, I believe in this love, sweet love. Help me calling out your name. I feel no shame of love, sweet love. Don't you ever go away. It'll always be this way. There's no stronger love in this world. Oh, baby, no, you're my man, I'm your girl. I'll never go. Wait and see, can't be wrong. Don't you know this is where you belong? Oh, my sweet dream, I love you, baby.